neighbor told me a joke, and then I'm finished. And I laughed so hard about her sister, who's a white woman, who baked the chocolate cake for her little white son. And she turned her back. The little white son put chocolate on his face. He said, "Look, Mommy, I'm black." And she slapped him. She said, "Don't you ever say that in this house. Go tell your dad what you said." He said, "Look, Daddy, I'm black." And the daddy slapped him. "Don't you ever say that. You go tell your grandfather what you said." "Look, Grandpa, I'm black." And Grandpa slapped him. "Go back to your mother." And the mother sat him down and said, "Timmy, now what have you learned today?" And Timmy said, "I've learned I've been black for 5 minutes, and already I hate you white people."
August the 28th?
Run it up then lose it all again, I can't imagine it. You gon' have to put in half the work if you want half of this. Guaranteed they want a diamond ring and gold pendants. Wondered if he'd switch if he was my co-defendant. If I get mentioned, we send shots to your mention. I predicted all this shit, psychic vision. Lied to you, baby, but never did lie to my niggas, no. Hey, I promise they gon' come indict me before I live trifling. They gon' come indict me before I let them try me. Bet they gon' need Einstein to try and figure out me. Can't figure out me, yeah. Hey, I've been out for 18 minutes, just made $1,800. I can't blame you, ma, but I wouldn't have did it if you weren't crying. Had to save you, ma. Nah, I'm too deep, that's bottom line, yeah. Hey, yeah. I don't wanna go outside the day without the strap. I don't wanna go outside the day without the weapon.
CMPRadio.net, man. It's your boy Uncle P.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm in the building. Right. Yeah, there I go. Shout out to CRMC, man. The Wonder Years, right? Still platinum, man. I'ma let it play.
Everything is still platinum. Everything is still trappers. Point the fingers that black one. Near niggas they catch us.
Make sure y'all share this live one time for the one time.
Ain't no keys for that Tesla. Don't aim it, it's just neck up. Flowing like a 90s jigger. Different fucking type of nigga. It's gun at home, we got it with us. I don't show my Glocks and pictures. Ain't see him, so they shot his nigga. Dropping tears and shot to liquor. Tenant hanging out the window. Mama scream, we gotta get him. Body coach, you still gon' kiss him. Pianos hit, she pointing fingers. It's your fault, my son ain't living. Eating at you, how you feeling? Pressure, my nigga, a part of my vision. Caught in collisions, no water, you slipping. All of this killing,
We still platinum. Everything is still platinum, yeah. We still strapped, but my other nigga died with a strap with him,
We still platinum. Everything is still platinum, yeah, just ride with it. Yeah.
Who Paul Mooney?
Paul Mooney, the comedian. You ain't see the beginning of the show? You want to see it again? I'll play it again.
I'm sorry, I was on the phone getting a date.
Neighbor told me a joke, and then I'm finished. And
So
I
I don't gotta go
laughed
with
so hard about her sister, who's a white woman, who baked the chocolate cake for her little white son.
So Paul Mooney was a comedian.
She turned her back.
Anyway,
The little white son put chocolate on his face. Said, "Look, Mommy, I'm black." And she slapped him. She said, "Don't you ever say that in this house. Go tell your dad what you said." He said, "Look, Daddy, I'm black." And the daddy slapped him. "Don't you ever say that. You go tell your grandfather what you said." "Look, Grandpa, I'm black." And Grandpa slapped him. "Go back to your mother." And the mother sat him down and said, "Timmy, now what have you learned today?" And Timmy said, "I've learned I've been black for 5 minutes, and already I hate you white people."
All right, so R.I.P. Paul Mooney, man. He was a writer for Richard Pryor. He wrote for Richard Pryor. Good brother, man. I want to say he died last week.
Last week?
Yeah, he was on Dave Chappelle's show. He did a lot of Chappelle's, comedy and different situations like that.
Oh, rest in peace.
The icon, man. A total icon. And we lost a lot of people, man.
During this pandemic.
A lot of people, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people. A lot of black people that were moving and shaking. So definitely R.I.P. to Paul Mooney. And let me let y'all see Now for T, right? Because I know y'all tired of seeing me, right? But good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday. That's the wrong way. That's
good morning, y'all. I missed y'all. I missed y'all. I missed y'all.
Right.
I missed y'all. I'm sorry. I had a lot going on in the last 5 days.
That's better. You had a lot going on the last 5 days?
Yeah, I had a lot going on. Shout out to Ikea Mitchell. Like, I know we weren't here Monday to talk about that Yacht So Ordinary prom, But shout out to her. Number one, her daughter is the class president, I do believe, of Chester High's class of 2021. She's also the captain of the cheerleading squad for Chester High.
Okay.
Shout out to them because Chester Upland couldn't make a decision as to whether they were having a prom or not. So shout out to them for putting together a great event for our kids, giving them an experience that some of them will never ever experience, which is being on a yacht. I mean,
They'll
listen,
experience
shout
Let's
out.
not say they'll never experience it.
No, I said some of them will never experience. That's the truth. Some of them will never experience because they're so consumed with what's here. They're scared to find out what's out there.
I think this next generation has a different mindset, though. I think we.
I'm glad you think that.
Right, I do personally.
I appreciate
right?
your thoughts.
Yeah, because I wanna speak life into them and tell them to go out there and venture out. We don't know what they'll do. They haven't done it yet. We know what we did and the people behind us did.
And we know that some of us have never been on a yacht. Plain and simple.
Not me. I've been on a yacht before.
I've been on several.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. I knew that once I left the state of. Oh God, I don't even want to know. Hey, sister. I don't even want to know.
Yes.
So I know that some of us has never left the state of Pennsylvania. I know some of us who have never been past the state of Delaware, and so on and so forth. Even with class trips, some of us has just never gone.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. Why is my daughter calling this phone?
There you go. I need some of those crab fries. What's up, Tyrone? How you feeling, good brother? Man, share this live one time for the one time. Share it. Make sure it gets out there to the people.
Yes, share it live.
Sorry for being late.
Grayson Taylor, I got my date.
I had a meeting. You got your date?
The date for when I need her to make my dress for it. And I'm wearing black.
So I don't have to go with you.
Boy, I said the date. You are the date. Grayson Taylor. We will be Grayson Taylored out at the Desar first. He calling it a ball. I'm calling it a prom.
It said prom on the joint he put up.
It said ball.
I thought it said prom.
No, it says
Adult,
ball.
So it's an adult ball?
It's an adult ball. I guess not to use the word prom.
Right.
Hey, sister. Oh my God, look at you. Come through, sister. Sister. So it's going to be a prom here in the city of Chester. Rashad is giving a prom, and he just called me with the date. It's going to be August the 28th, and that's in Virgo season, which is also my birthday month.
No, I can't make it.
Boy, is a lie. I will grab you by your ear and drag you down.
I'm not
telling you.
going.
So, shout out to Rashad for coming to. I'm watching you on YouTube. But shout out to Rashad for coming through with a great. He just booked this venue. He just he's working. Like
right.
when he said he was gonna bring it, I am like in awe of him right now because he is definitely on top of it. Because there are so many times where people were saying, "Well, we need an adult prom." There's so many people who didn't get to go to their senior prom or whatever, or we just need an upscale event where people can get dressed up.
I
and
can't
just
be
feel
outdone
like
by these
something.
kids. Like I gotta
Come through, honey. I done told my kids I need a send off. Fuck
Right.
that. I've been doing it for them for a long time, and
A
I send them
send-off?
out right. I want a send off.
So I gotta come to your house and put a
And pick me
corsage on your wrist and shit like that.
No, bring me a bouquet of flowers, and I
bouquet of
prefer
flowers.
lilies. Not I don't want no roses. Don't you bring me no.
Can we
roses.
let everybody know that we ain't dealing with each other?
I don't
this
give a
is-
fuck
this
how
is
they
brother,
feel.
sister. No, because what you ain't about to scare people
I went
off.
to my formal with my brother.
I'm not. I don't want people to be scared off from
For
coming
what?
from coming at me at the ball. You know, because
Oh no, they already know. They already know you're my brother. It's okay.
No, they don't. They really don't.
They don't.
No, they really don't.
They assholes.
Yeah.
You know what that? You know what the problem with that is because they don't think that men and women can 100% be friends without being friendly with one another.
I think you have to respect the woman. You have to respect the man and where they stand to be friends, right? And I'm not
that's
saying
true.
respect their business mind, respect where they're trying to take things, right? And not be like, oh, I'm trying to be all up in that situation. You feel me?
I don't understand why people think that everybody got to have sex. Everybody got to be
Because most people are having sex.
Because that's because they don't know how to be friends with people
Right.
without that.
Right.
That's their problem.
Right.
Well, anywho.
And I never knew that men and women could be friends. I used to say, nah, ain't no way in hell. So I see now that there is a way in hell.
Boy, I have male friends. So I grew up with
That's what you do,
a
though.
lot of male friends.
So you're a tomboy.
I am.
Right.
But I'm gonna put on makeup for prom.
I'm sorry.
I'm put on makeup, eyelashes.
no
I ain't
hair.
wearing no glasses. So you're gonna have to guide me in because I ain't wearing no glasses.
You gonna wear glasses?
I'm gonna wear glasses?
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a new pair of glasses.
No, I'm not gonna wear none. Cause I gotta wear eyelashes.
Get contacts.
I can't. I'm scared I'm poking my eye out.
Huh?
That's why I don't wear contacts.
Well, anyway, let's give a shout out to these sponsors. We'll start this show. Northern Marketing, Mecca, Mind Our Own Businesses, LeBron Construction, KC Electric, the Boys and Girls Club of Chester, Pennsylvania, Pressure Inc., TFG Tax Pros, and Abstract Kings. Listen, these businesses are local businesses, local black-owned businesses, and they are here to service our community, man. Let's make sure we're highlighting these businesses and patronizing these businesses. And we have a new sponsor. I don't have a drum roll. I need to get a drum roll. Brrr. The new sponsor is Latoyson Law, owned and operated by Chester native Enrique Latoyson. Latoyson Law is there for you when you need it most. They can handle all of your legal needs. Support Chester's own Latoyson Law. They handle property transfer, criminal defense, and all other legal needs. The right firm right now. That phone number is 610-999-1439. Again, it's the right firm right now.
Dante,
What do you say?
I cannot believe you would say something like that.
Oh, listen.
First of all, Danny Tiger is doing my fucking makeup. You fucking jerk. Oh my God. And don't try to post me either. Don't try to post me after my makeup is done. Don't try to be like, and don't text me and say sis was flawless.
So
don't
August 28th.
August the 28th. Put it in your calendar and no, I'm not working.
Sarita, you hear that? You got to
August the 28th.
I need a suit.
I'm on a diet.
You said you wearing all black?
I'm wearing, of course.
Can I wear white?
Yes, you can.
No, I won't even wear no white.
Why not? We on a diet right now.
I'm fat.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, I just no.
You just seen fat.
You could wear a European cut.
I'm not wearing them
suit
tights, some
with
shorts.
A black, shorts.
Yeah, they be wearing the cut shoes. Like, I need shoes and everything for this prom. Nah, you killing me, bro.
Yes, everything.
Who got a size 16 wide shoe?
Oh man. You're going to either go to Nordstrom's, Bloomingdale's.
They don't have that shit there.
They going to order them.
They don't have that shit there. I'm going to have to find, no, seriously, I'm going to have to
I'm coming through. Like how I send my kids out, I'm going to turn it up. They going to see. I'm excited because this probably going to be like my only event that I really get to make it to. All the other events I'm catering. Like I'm catering a 60th birthday party that I would normally be a guest at. And I'm just like, I'm coming through, honey. I'm coming through. So shout out to Rashad. August the 28th, 2021. Adult Ball, which is also our adult prom. I went to several proms. And I was just so basic and plain. But sis.
What you keep saying sis for?
Let's go. Cause Rita, I'm talking to Rita. She know I'm here for it. Yes, so shout out to them. Shout out to Rashad for that. He'll give y'all the location as to where it's gonna be, but I'm just giving y'all the date. And I'm ready. I'm ready. I ain't wearing them lamb chop eyelashes though. Somebody tell Danny Tiger that. Oh shit. Let me tell Danny Tiger.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Anyway. This is the morning meeting, and we're talking about a couple different things today. We're talking about, and when I say it goes both ways, I'm talking about marriage. A woman asking a man to marry her, and a man asking a woman to marry him. So it goes both ways. Hold on, let me set the stage. Let me set the stage. We have everyone talk about equality, equal pay, equal this, equal that. And there are so many women today that believe they are a man, right? And that's just, and they're still womanly, but they feel like, I'm a man. I can do what you do. I can work the jobs you work. And there are so many men who might be a little feminine, right? But he's not gay, right? So, he's still attracted to women. So here we have women proposing to men, getting down on their knees and saying, listen, I want you, even though you might not want me.
Stupid.
I don't think it's stupid. Right? I would love for a woman to propose to me. That don't mean I'm not going to turn around and propose to her.
And you going to bust out laughing. Like,
I am.
You impatient bitch.
But I'll run out and get her a ring right after. Because sometimes you want to know that you're loved the same way you love them. And I get it. I understand it. I understand it 150,000%. Because we were breaking down Chrissy's situation.
Chrissy is a fool for that though.
But
bro.
he proposed to her, right?
All right, so hold on. Let's rewind. So
Okay.
Love and Hip Hop, 2 stars on Love and Hip Hop. The girl invites what was once her fiance to a day out, weekend out. Come on, let's go out. Is what the girl said. Let's get out. Let's go out. Let's go have a good time. So the girl sets up the hotel room as a wedding. She like, I'm here, your mama here, my mama here. We got a witness, and the priest is here. She's here to marry us. Let's do this. So he looks at her. He's like, I knew it was going to be something. I just wasn't sure. He said, but how about we do it like this? Because this is not what you deserve. He said, how about we do it like this? He got down on one knee. He said, I came here for this, but I wasn't expecting what you were offering. He said, how about this? I brought you that ring 2 years ago and promised you something I couldn't give you at the time. He said, but I'm here now to give you exactly what you deserve. And he proposed to her and said, now let's plan it properly. Women gotta be patient. It's no if a
At the end, he say men.
No,
Right underneath that, he say men got to be patient.
I'm not being.
And she will propose to you.
I don't want her to propose to a man. Is she paying all the bills? Is she the head of the household? No.
She might be.
I think that I don't know. I just can't sit with that. Chrissy, you and Jim Jones have been through too much. It's time to let him go, sis. It's time to let him go. He has chased you across the world. He has come to find you. He has done all these things, and y'all still not married. You have moved away from him, came back. The nigga was in bankruptcy, almost lost the house that y'all had together. Everything. You came back, fixed him up, picked him up, and he still was doing the same exact shit from when y'all first got together. Sis, it's time to let him go and move on. You are a beautiful person. Someone out there wants you. Someone out there will ask you to be their wife and actually marry you within an ample amount of time.
I'll marry your ass.
That man asked
You
her
a
to
queen?
marry.
I'll marry your ass.
That man asked her to marry him 5 years ago. They're still not married. Here you are sitting on a stage in front of a bunch of people that you barely know, asking him crying, will you marry me? He's sitting there with this dumbass grin on his face.
That had to be old.
It wasn't old,
He had
bro.
braids in his hair.
Bro, it wasn't old. And you just keep doing it, Chrissy. You keep going.
She loves him.
No, that's not love. That's stupidity.
Bro,
Bro, that's stupidity.
I think
Your daughter did that. You gonna smack like the bitch? Ask him again. Ask him again. That's how you got no. Come on, Chrissy. You supposed to be setting an example for the young girls that's coming behind you.
yeah, that you can ask your man to marry you. That's the example being set.
I ain't got no friends.
You ain't gotta wait.
I don't got no friends that's gonna ask the man to marry you. No, you not.
But,
What?
but y'all hardcore niggas though.
I don't care. They still not. I'm not asking no man to marry me. If he wanted to marry me, he would ask.
Man, listen, I don't personally I don't think like that degrades him or her.
I think it degrades her. It degrades the hell out of her.
I don't think it degrades her because listen, she's still who she is, right?
It's a movie on Netflix.
I believe that she's on both. She wants him as her husband, and I'm sure.
So he must not want her as his wife.
Now
if
he
didn't
does.
ask.
He's just in the life, and this is what he knows, right?
I be looking at her like, you's a bitch. To him, you's a bitch. You let that girl propose to you. You's a bitch.
Damn.
Now you got to cook and clean.
Why he got to cook and clean?
Cause he got a proposal.
That's crazy.
She done went all out with the ring. She done went all out. I think that is so.
She's not the only one though.
She's not the only one.
There are women
are
that
doing
do it on
all
the beach.
over the world.
I ain't got time to play with you, bro. She knows what she wants.
I don't care what she knows. She knows she want him. She better wait for him to decide if he want her.
She'll be waiting forever.
I think with a proposal,
As long as she stays in that relationship with him, she will wait forever. Like,
she's
literally.
a fool, bro.
Literally.
It's too many people out here.
I want to get married. I want a big ass wedding. You gonna be my best man, right?
Best woman.
Best woman, best whatever, right? And then I want to get married. I want to have that, but I want a real situation. I don't want a fake.
You don't want I got married because I wanted to be married,
Right.
or where the girls become the left-handed girls,
Right.
or where I don't know. I don't need the big wedding. I never did. I don't want the big wedding. I don't even like
Right at
half the
Waterfall,
people.
it ain't that big. Right
It's
at
too
Waterfall.
many people that's gonna be there. That's not even gonna be your friends the next
They
year.
better give a gift. I'ma have security
They
at
they don't bring gifts.
If you don't bring a gift, you don't get in.
I was just at one of the most beautiful weddings that I've ever been to. This
Right.
is no lie. They got 5 fucking gifts, bro. It was about 100 people in
No,
there.
you're not coming in without a gift.
5 gifts.
You're not coming in without a
I
gift.
get money. I feel like
Right.
you can use the money after spending out all this money.
Yep.
There's always
Security
been a
at the
motto
front door. You got invited. Listen, I'm gonna put it on the invitation. If you do not bring a gift, do not come.
People come just to come.
You're not coming to eat my food that I done paid for.
Yes.
No,
they
fuck
come.
that. Bring
and
a gift.
You spend so much money on your events and stuff like that, and you want to share it with the people who you love at the moment. And I'm putting up air quotes because I have seen people sit at a wedding and talk about the bride and the groom. I'm like, why the fuck are you even here? Like, that's how you feel about them? Child just came to see how she was going to look in that dress.
Yeah.
Really?
That's our
Did
people.
you bring a gift?
That's our people.
That I don't like that. I don't know. And he in both of those instances, the woman didn't ask the man. I'm not one of those people. I'm old school. Either you gonna quarter or you not. My daughters, I got 5
So do you
daughters.
run everything old school? Everything in
I
your
do.
life is old school.
I do.
No.
Yeah, I do. I do.
No. You would like to.
can't-
You
see,
would
can't-
like
hold
to.
on. You can't say that I don't just because of how I feel about relationships.
That's
You
not
can't-
old school.
I am old school. I want what I want when I want it.
Okay.
Shoot, he always trying to.
If you say so.
I'm gonna have a boyfriend. and
You,
stuff.
you definitely ain't gonna have a boyfriend.
Yes, I am. It's somebody out there that's willing to agree with my terms. What do you mean?
To agree
I
with
only
your
have
terms.
time when I have time. I don't want to act
You
like
make time for the things that you want.
Yeah, I gotta also make time for the sleep that I want too. So it doesn't matter. The next 4 weekends. This is no lie. The next 4 weekends, I have a catering job every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
I can't give you anything else, and I still gotta run a business Wednesday and Thursday and Friday.
Absolutely.
So what are you gonna do? Come cut the onions with me?
Yeah.
Cut them fucking onions, boom. I see you.
He coming to cut the
And
onions.
I good game him as I walk past. But if he ain't coming to cut the onions, he can't spend no extra time with me. Monday and Tuesday, I'm getting inventory together. It's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. The smile in your face. Yeah, they
Backstab.
smile in your face. Yeah, absolutely. But Chrissy, let Jim Jones go. Let him go.
I mean, sometimes that's what you got to do. If he chased her around the world and
He
went after-
chased her around the world because her friends told him don't let her go. Chrissy should have told him no then. You made it too easy for him. The first time he popped up, well, Chrissy, listen, I know we've been through some shit. Him and his mom retarded. I know we've been through some shit, but, you know, I'm just willing. I'm willing, Chrissy. No, let him go. At some point in time, you got to say enough is enough.
he got to bring the marriage to her.
The whole wedding.
The whole wedding.
What was that? The man who proposed to his wife in the same day and married all in the same day. He got to do all that shit. He got to get her to sign a piece of paper, not knowing what she's signing, and bring the altar to her. Because at this point, they never gonna make it to the altar. He's gonna have to bring it to her.
I can't say they never gonna
They
make it
never gonna make it, bro. You have asked him to marry you. He has asked you to marry him, and now you back at asking him again. No.
She asked him
let it
twice?
go. Yes, she asked him first.
Well, she better ask him and have the priest right there. We don't need a big wedding. Just say I do.
Chrissy
do
gotta
it
let
later.
him go. Chrissy gotta let Jim go.
I'm not going.
The only thing Chrissy got good from Jim was the dog. That's it. And the dog is more respectful than he is.
So you're saying in relationships, women are more forgiving and
Way
understanding
more forgiving.
than men.
Way more forgiving.
So if a man is forgiving and understanding, what would you consider him to be?
A man who's forgiving and understanding. It depends on what it is. Like at some point in time, you are a fool in your relationship. Totally understanding it. It's about what you work through. Everybody goes through stuff, but you're not gonna keep going through the same stuff over and over and over again.
You will if you don't fix it in the beginning. If you allow a problem to linger on, it just gets worse. Like we could see this from perfect example. I was a thief when I was younger, right? I went from a thief to a drug dealer to whatever I finished at, and then I went to jail, right? So it was like if it was stopped when I was younger, if it was corrected when I was younger, then those other things wouldn't have happened a little bit later. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, so
I get that.
So if you allow things to fester, it gets worse, right? The leak that you have underneath your kitchen sink, right, can be a leak today. Tomorrow the water gushing out everywhere. Then you got to fix things when they're small.
Absolutely. I just feel like I get that people do what you allow and things persist when you don't, do something about it or whatever the case may be. But my whole thing is like, at some point in time, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm worth so much more. You have to look at yourself and understand, like, I don't deserve half the shit people are putting me through, and remove yourself from that situation. Chrissy gotta go. Chrissy, leave Jim right there. And his almost foreclosed home, his bankruptcy issues. You out here making moves, girl. You out here, you doing real estate, you doing motivational speaking. How you gonna motivate somebody you being walked over? That don't even make sense to me. And listen, it's just some shit I'm not willing to accept. And I'm not going to accept it. And I would sit and tell my daughters my experiences and tell them why they have to level up from me. Don't allow somebody to tell you they love you today and cheat on you tomorrow. Because if they love you today, they wouldn't disrespect you tomorrow. When they're not around you, they'll show you way more respect than they can ever show you in your face. And that's how I am. Chrissy needs to leave Jim Jones broke down ass alone. It ain't got nothing to do with love at this point. She feels worthless. She feels as though no one else would love her.
She doesn't feel worthless.
Bro,
I don't believe
Jim done cheated. Jim, she. I don't
Name me the relationship where the man or the woman ain't cheat. You can. It's very hard. So in today's society, like people,
we just don't know.
People cheat.
We don't know.
Right? People lie. People get over.
I
right?
just think that
it's all about how you feel about that person. If you love that person, like you'll forgive them. Like you can honestly forgive them. We can't sit there and say, "Oh, you got cheated on." Like, I ain't the only one. Oh, he had a baby on you. Oh, I ain't the only one. Like, there are tons of people out here that deal with these things every day. It's about how you forgive and move on. If they're not married, if they have never been married, if they've never had, then maybe, it's to the point where she should walk away. But I'm not going to tell her to leave. I'm going to just say, look,
I'm telling her to leave.
She got to judge everything, though.
So I sent you the other clip when the girl asked Jim Jones, why hasn't he married Chrissy yet? He said, have you been married? Are your parents married? So he went down the long list of things. But to me, that's an excuse.
He's never seen that.
No, that's not what he said, though. He said, then you shouldn't be asking me about why I'm not married if you're not. Because this was after Chrissy proposed for the second time, bro.
So let's put Jim Jones where he is. He's a street dude. He's a street dude that got fame from rapping. 9 times out of that street dude personality, right? We see his mother. We know how his mother is, right?
Ratchet.
He's never probably seen a husband before. In a respect, most of the things that we think is good is really bad, and most of the things that's really good for us, we deem them as bad. So we're in that reverse line of thinking. And to him, maybe he sees a husband as a weak man because he's only with one woman, right? Maybe he sees a husband, you feel me, as someone that's not him. It's not him. It's not me. This ain't me, bro. I can't do this. I can't do that, right? I can't get married. Why can't you get married and be with your wife? Like, Chrissy is a very beautiful woman. Aside from the boogie on her face, you feel me? Like, she's a very beautiful woman. And if she came and proposed to me, I would marry her that day. Come on, let's go.
You Honestly. Know what? I just see it like this. Despite the fact that what you haven't seen, you still know that it's possible. Sure, I've never seen a happy relationship. I know that I don't want to be in an unhappy relationship. I've never seen a husband and wife who didn't cheat. I don't want to be in a cheating relationship. I want mine to be different. Jim may have never seen it, but he knows that they exist. Jim may have never been a part of it because his mom was a ratchet, stripping, whatever else she was doing type of woman.
That's what he knows.
He sees the total opposite in Chrissy.
That's what he knows. There are some of us that are in relationships right now and forgiving or not forgiving based on what we know, what you know from your past.
Everybody, she said we gotta stop making an excuse. That can't be the excuse as to why we are how we are. I can't stand a man who says I don't know how to treat a woman because my mother wasn't that type of woman. I can't. You know how to treat a woman because you know how you want your daughter to be treated. You really know how you want your mom to be treated.
Chrissy ain't faithful either.
What did Chrissy do?
No, you don't know, right?
Is she hefe? He goes straight to
called the rent up in this drink.
I'm just saying, when she was in Florida, whatever she did, they were separated. But my thing is, Chrissy, don't keep asking this man to marry you.
You know what you...
Not when there's other people out there. You're not a bad-looking girl. You about your business. If you just stop...
What does all of those things have to do with being a wife?
So, to me, if you if you're about your business, your household will flow. So that means that becomes a part of your business. You won't allow anything to be like it's not just gonna be anything. You're not gonna leave your socks at the door, nigga. Get these fucking socks up. You're gonna run your household like a machine.
Why you gotta talk to me?
Why would you be a kid and leave your socks at the door?
What you mean?
What do you mean?
Pick them up and put them in the dirty clothes.
No, you pick them up. They're yours. You took them off your funky ass feet.
Oh, now my feet funky. They wasn't funky the other night when they was in your mouth, right? See, that's the conversation. That's the conversation we gonna have. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now it turns into an argument. Like, so there has to be. You have to give and you have to take. You have to be willing to give. Right. I mean, like, wholly give of yourself.
How long do I have to keep giving?
No, she ain't giving right now.
She's
not married.
Years.
She's not married, so she don't have to do none of those things.
She's still been giving so much to
He's
win him over.
Too.
What is he giving besides a fucking headache, bro?
You're balling. We fly. No lie. What?
Listen. Chrissy that came in and fired Gandy. Chrissy that came in and said he ain't working with no more female nothing.
Right.
Chrissy that came in and told him, listen, first of all, she ain't even putting you on. So why is she still here? I'm telling you from the outside looking in, I'm a fucking fan. I ain't seen you.
So are you willing to learn something completely different?
Absolutely.
Are you willing to do something you say you won't do?
I'm not asking no man to marry me.
No, I'm not saying none of that.
Oh.
Are you willing to do something completely outside of who you are right now? Today, you are Nafati. These are the things you don't like. These are the things you do like. And I say tomorrow we're doing this. Would you do that?
It depends.
What does it depend on?
What it is.
What do you mean? What is it? It's nothing that's going to harm you or your children. It's something that could benefit you down the road.
Am I willing to try different things? Absolutely.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're full of shit.
I swear to God, I got on a roller coaster. I was willing to try that. I'm willing to try different things. As you get older, you realize how much of life you missed out on. So you're willing to compromise with yourself and your comfort zone in order to try different things.
Tamika Gibson down at the bottom. Heck no, we ain't maids.
No, she's talking about the socks, bro.
But what was the wife? What was the figure of the wife before then?
But how about
the husband get off of work after working all day at the factory? He take his clothes off. He take his clothes off at the door. He take his clothes off at the door. His socks. So
he dropped his work clothes.
Jim Jones is always at work. He's a rapper. He's an entertainer, right?
If what? Go ahead somewhere.
He's always at work.
In order for me to get something that I've never had, I got to try something that I've never done.
Right, so she got to pick them socks up.
She ain't picking up them socks. She's been picking them up for too long. It's time for her to put the socks on the outside of the door and put him over there with them. Because Chrissy is a great person. From what we can see, Chrissy is a great person. Jim is a procrastinator. He's a mama's boy.
Griffin's comment.
He's doing too much. He's doing too much. She got to walk away from him. I'm sorry. It's nowhere in the world she should be out here asking him to marry her for the second time. That's absurd. That is absurd.
So when Donna Griffin said, does that mean she has to accept it based on his past? Guess what? There are a lot of us out here that are living life based on our past, right? The things that we don't want, the types of men that we pick up, the types of women that we pick up, the types of relationships that we have, right, off of our past. Because your past is your predicator for your future. Period, point blank. I don't care what nobody says. So
true.
If you stay harbor, and I understand what Donna's saying, and I agree with her 150%. If you stay in your past, then your past becomes your future, right? Your future is never going to be, right, anything worth having. So for Jim, never knowing a man, growing up in a uber, like super, like masculine situation. Yeah, I'm a man. I got 17 women on the side, and I don't gotta marry my wife. She gonna be here. I don't gotta marry my chick. I call her wifey. That's all I have to do. That's the element that he grew up in, right? Where the women sit there on the side, don't say anything, or fussing and fighting and yelling and screaming and hollering. So why do I have to marry you when I'm already living in a house with you? We already have a business together.
That I can agree with. Why do I have to marry you if you're already giving me the wifely things? Right. I totally agree with that. And I say that all the time. And this is where I go at. I have 5 daughters. They will not make the mistakes in life that I made. They will not give a man 100% of everything before they get 100% from him. Right. That is not how this is going to go. If we're talking about the generation for today, my 5 fucking daughters, they have standards. They not them, okay, he got a couple dollar type bitches. They ain't dumb. Right. They know that it costs to have me. And I don't mean financially. You're going to give me mental and you're going to give me physical support. I can financially take care of myself. But see, I'm different. I learned from what I went through. I never understood that when he who finds a wife finds a good thing, not finds a part-time thing, not finds a thing that everyone else can have, not when he finds a wife, the man on the YouTube channel, I forgot what I was watching, he said she carries herself like a wife even before she changes her last name.
Thank you, Keisha. 15 weeks strong.
Hey, Lakeisha. When she walks in the room, her presence is felt, not her attire is seen.
Right.
When women carry themselves accordingly, she becomes the woman that's not cheated on. She won't accept the first fucking time you cheat. My 18-year-old daughter went through something with her friend boy. She was on his computer and a female texted him. She shut that shit slam down. Ain't talked to him for weeks. He crying in her text message. Here I go, let him cry, baby. Because if you're worth it, he will fix that shit. It ain't no cheating just don't come in physical forms. Conversations are cheating when you're talking about other things.
Sounds like Kevin Samuels, doesn't she?
I don't know who Kevin Samuels is.
Oh, you got to look him up.
Do I?
Yeah.
But I'm just one of those girls. I know I made mistakes in life. I know I sold myself short. I know my abilities and what I can bring to the table, and I accepted niggas who couldn't put anything, not even a dish, on the table. I know me, but me being, I'm just gonna have fun. I was sheltered. I couldn't come outside or lead a step. I had to be on the step by the time the street lights came on and things like that. So I accepted a lot of things that I shouldn't have. I don't want that for my daughters, and I will tell them, you are worth way more than anything any of these niggas in the street can give you. Don't let that man in that suit and tie fool you. I'm just different. I'm just different, and that's it. And Chrissy Lampkin is not one of the fucking women I want my children to idealize. She's out here asking a man for the second time to marry her. No. If he wants you to be his wife, he will ask you to be his wife. It's not because you want him to be your husband that he's going to say okay. He gonna be like, damn, I was going to ask you, but see, you didn't have enough patience.
Do you think he has seen a husband really be a husband?
It doesn't matter.
But you have
what
to
he's
ask.
Seen. He knows it's out there.
That's
an excuse.
No,
bro.
it's not an excuse.
Do you think
no.
that she's seen a woman be a mom and she can't be a mom?
How did we learn how to be drug dealers? By seeing other drug dealers, right? How do we learn how to be? You don't just.
You either learn how to be a drug dealer by seeing other men be drug dealers, or you learn not to be a drug dealer because you see others be drug dealers.
Nobody in this city has ever been able to do that. Everyone.
That's not true.
That's why
we just had this conversation a couple years ago. It was you,
Brian
Wright, and Wayne Stacks, right?
And everybody in there was a drug dealer.
Everybody in there said the only reason why people on the outside think they can fix what's going on in the inside is because they've never been in here,
right.
But they've seen it. So that means that people on the outside took the choice to not be a drug dealer because they seen others going to jail.
They took the choice of selling one pack and saying,
no, that's not true.
Shit.
Bro, you don't know nobody who never sold drugs?
Nobody.
I do. I know several people who's never even touched a drug in their life.
In their life.
And they thought that because they felt like they were on the right side of the law, that's how they decided to go. Their fathers were drug
just
dealers.
the narcotic division.
Yeah, you just call them Dante at this point. Call them. Their fathers was drug dealers. Their cousins, their uncles. They seen the lavish lifestyles that they thought they was living, not really realizing the risk they were taking. There are people out here who have never done it, but they think they can solve the problem, but they've never been in it.
You hear what Donna just said?
What she said?
She said, for instance, I was raised by one of those strong black women who didn't need a man. Now being an adult, I'm learning that I need to switch the mentality up. Right? Men use their past as a crutch when in actuality they need therapy.
Right.
You hear that?
So,
but do you hear that? Right? She's saying she was raised by a strong woman, right?
That didn't need a man.
That didn't need a man. As an adult, she's learning to switch her mentality up.
So that means that she's not running around here saying because my mom didn't need a man doesn't mean that I don't need. But she's not running around here. What she said was that means that I'm not running around here. She learned that on her own. So Jim Jones knows
I need to
just
switch
because
my mentality.
So
she's saying she's in right there in that.
But she did.
But you know I love English, right? In that she's saying I don't need a man, and men use so we all use our past as our crutch because that's what we know. If you don't know something, guess what? You don't even know. You don't know it. until it's given to you. You don't know you're struggling in algebra 2 until they get to algebra 2. They're like, what the fuck is this? I never learned this. I never went over this. I'm good with algebra, like
I
algebra
think
1.
people either want the opposite of what they knew, or they become what they knew. And you can't. It doesn't go both ways. Either I'm going to be different than my
Even
parents.
Dante says the same thing. I picked it up because my older brother, then put it down because I was smart. Right at 14, I wish I put it down.
She doesn't
at
want to
14.
be that way anymore. She decided that she wanted something different. And guess what? We always assume that our parents were on the strong side of things and they didn't need anything. And guess what? We watch certain moms, they get beat down by men and this, that, and the third, and a woman to tell you, baby, we went through things, but it was how we got through them. Right. Them 75 years ain't come easy. Them 50 years didn't come easy. That 40 years we've been married, we had our ups and downs. We just didn't put them out there in the streets for everybody to know. They didn't come easy. He loves English, but he reads in Spanish.
Hey, Dante.
I'm just saying, Chrissy wrong, bro. Chrissy gotta leave Jim Jones.
I'm not gonna say
that's too many years to be with somebody. 3 proposals later and y'all still not married. Like, how many times y'all gonna keep on asking?
Right, 3 proposals later that you're still not married. That's a problem.
I want to say it's 4.
It's definitely a problem, and I say it's more for Jim Jones and the things that his hyper masculinity.
He got a drug issue.
His hyper masculinity it just will not allow him
go.
Well, that's her problem, but we have to address his issue, right? And right there is the hyper masculinity.
If he wanted to be a husband, he could learn. Instead, he's wasting that woman's time, and she's allowing.
Well, how many women allow men to waste their fucking time? How many men allow women to waste their fucking time? Like, no one is in complete control of a person. If he is his own individual person, until he admits that he has a fucking problem, he will continue to do the same thing over and over and over again.
She should stay.
I'm not telling her to stay. I'm in no way am I telling her to stay. She can leave. She can go ahead and do her thing. But until he comes forward, it'll be the same shit. It'll be the exact same shit tomorrow, next week, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, until he drops the hyper masculinity that he has. Until he says, I need her.
You know what, Duran? Don't come over here trying to bash Chrissy. Right. She's a good one.
Right. She definitely ain't a good one. Yo, bro.
Wild night. Go ahead.
Wild night.
This is my thing. I am not a person to tell them when their relationship is over. I am not a person to tell you need to walk away. You've been through too much. I am not that person. But three proposals later, 2 from her and 1 from him. Later, they're still not married. She's still giving the whole fucking cow. The milk. She's still giving everything.
Don't she have a wild nights in Miami? There it is. Women are sacred to start over.
Scared. That says scared. Go ahead, Mr. English major.
Listen, I can't always. I got bad eyes, bro.
Hoping a man will change. You walking away changes that man.
No, it won't.
Sometimes it will.
It really
How about you walk away and change the man itself?
How about the man walk away and change the woman?
Then do that. We was just chilling one night down here. All I'm saying is, don't put yourself through something you know you're worth more than. Chrissy, 15 years later, y'all still ain't married? They've been together for a long time. Chick ain't got a chick, she got a dog.
Well, It's
not even common law, bro.
Yeah, it is. 7 years. That's common law twice. She common law.
That's too much.
Man, listen.
Just walk away, Chrissy. That's my suggestion to Chrissy. Chrissy, it's time to walk away.
You're not going to get the capo
it's time.
To get
she
married.
deserves those nights. That's right, Donna. Honey, I would have been motherfucking Miami with my bras swinging it off the yacht.
Well, there it is. That's why he won't marry her. You can't be mad.
Gave that woman a ring when I was in 9th grade. I'm now 30. That's crazy. It's no way in the world you're gonna sit here and tell me it's okay. No,
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you it's okay. I'm sitting there saying he needs to talk to, like Donna said, he needs to talk to a therapist. Right? He needs therapy.
While he's talking to a therapist, Chrissy need to be talking to some nigga that's willing to give her all his time and not some of his time when he feels as though she's worthy of it.
Can
Chrissy
you give all of your time?
The time that I have available, yeah.
You can give all of it.
Yes, and I'm willing to.
What days do you have available?
Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. What the fuck?
So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and
I gotta
Saturday.
work.
You gotta work.
Yes, and
Right.
unless you in the kitchen with me, you're
Right.
if you're at work,
So
I'm not
do
coming
you
to
know
your
what it's
job.
like to date a rapper or a performer?
Hell no.
Right. Would you think about dating a rapper?
No,
or
because
why?
they don't have time.
Ah.
But guess what? She made herself available to be able to go on tour with him. Her business was mobile, so she was able to do all of those things with him. It's not like he was away and she wasn't there with him. It was a lot of times she was right there with him.
So maybe she
became
didn't give him something to miss.
No, she wasn't with him all the time though, bro.
Okay.
And she became a part of his business. So therefore, we're making money together. His excuse for not marrying her is stupid. He just don't want to. In my eyes, just say, Chrissy, I never had plans on being married. That's that. That's all. You don't have to do nothing else.
I think his mom has a lot to do with it.
He don't want. He can't do what she won't allow him to. That is true. He can't do what she won't allow him to. But what she needs to do is up and leave this time and don't come back. It's so many men out there that will take that black woman. That she's beautiful. She has a beautiful heart and a strong right hook. That's all I'm saying. She can protect that nigga. Shit, she better leave Jim Jones' old ran down ass. Soon as he needs Viagra, he'll want to settle down with Christy. I'm tired of men that do that.
She waited too long.
No, she too what to leave? Too long to leave?
Yeah, too long to leave. Now you stuck.
She ain't stuck. She still got. She got years on her. These men wait until they got a pot belly, peckerberry working, all kinds of things going wrong with them to want to decide they're gonna settle down. I'm telling you, I seen somebody propose to somebody. I was yelling at the screen, girl, say no. Say no. The better years he gave to the streets, girl, say no.
Would you say that his mom has a lot to do with his relationship?
His mom has a lot to do with him,
and that's where the problem starts.
His mom has a lot. But his mom was on Chrissy's side for a while. His mom told Chrissy why she shouldn't or why she should leave him. Girl, Jim ain't ready. Go on about your business. And that's when he went running after her. My whole thing is, I'm just different. She do, you know, she got a mean ass right hook, honey. She fucked that girl up of hip hop. That girl was sitting there.
I ain't never watched Love and Flip Flops, bro.
Man, listen, the girl was in the same room with another chick that she hit her dude.
You want to know why I never watched it? Because whenever it was on, we would always get into an argument. It's like, I'm not dumb niggas. I don't do what they do. Well, not as.
She feels like she wasted all that time.
Damn.
She feels that way already. It's no way in the world you're telling me 15 years later we're still in the same fucking spot where we were. Nigga, we can't start over and meet again.
If he has proposed, just get him to sign the marriage certificate. You're not going to get a crazy wedding. And just wear the ring. And you're married. That's all it is, literally. And I can see why some men, like, I'm not doing all that shit.
Somebody just told Damon, inbox me for accurate reading and intuitive guidance. Who is this? Who is Trudy?
I don't know who Trudy is.
Trudy, what are you giving? Accurate readings and we been hacked.
Right. I'm about to block her.
Trudy that came here. He can't do what she. Oh, Trudy that slid through and said, "Inbox me for accurate reading and intuitive guidance."
Hey, Trudy, get off my shit.
Oh, Trudy Cottrell. Who are? Oh, she's a. Oh. Well,
or share it.
Hello, Trudy.
Yeah, Trudy.
Well, share it live one time for the one time, Trudy. We appreciate you for coming through. But anywho, she should leave Jim Jones. She should.
Absolutely.
Their time is up. She still got good years left for him. He's gonna need help with the rest of his years.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Why would he?
Because he is. Most men do. They don't want to settle. Not most, but some. Some men only want to settle down with a woman. I'm not even gonna get into the people that I know who only settle down because either certain situations don't work or they have come to a point where they need help. I'm just like, you put people through so much, and then when you need them, you expect for them to be there for you. No,
absolutely. That's how life works.
Yeah, well, guess what? Go about your business. True.
Like, Chrissy, I got my own.
Chrissy, go on about your business.
Juju left Cam and got married.
Juju left Cam
Bella.
And they got Juju left Cam and got married in Vegas in a fucking bikini, and him and some fucking to Seth the rapper. She left Cam, and that's what I'm talking about. She was with Cameron for so long, accepting all his bullshit. She left him found somebody who loves her for her, not for fame. Found somebody who loves her and is willing to. They got married in Vegas in a chapel in a fucking bikini. Go ahead, Juju, honey. Go ahead,
I only got
Juju.
married so I could have a place to live.
Huh? Jim Jones is a high value man. Chrissy knows high value men don't grow on trees. Jim Jones is not a high value man.
To you.
Jim Jones done did too much.
She's been around for 15 years. There's something keeping her there.
Child, well, it ain't the check because she's bringing it. He ain't bring no check. You forgot they did an audit and it was her money.
I can't believe you're acting like this.
It was her. No, Doreen, you know she need to leave Jim. It's time to go. Jim, Chrissy, part ways. Say you got the best out of it and just learn the lesson. Chrissy, don't pick another man like Jim. Jim, hopefully the next woman you find you will be committed to. And that's it. They gotta go. I'm done talking about it. Chrissy's gotta go. Juju did it. Juju wanted to beat. Juju wanted to beat.
CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
I hit the wrong damn button. So yesterday was the first day of Gay Pride Month.
Yes, it is. Did y'all see the Skittles? The Skittles said the only thing that needs color is pride. So the Skittles is all no colors. They all white Skittles in the bag. And the Skittles is on to Gay Pride Month. They came out 2 days before the first. So we're in the market and my son says, "Oh, I want to get these Skittles." So I got home, I was like, "Well, where the Skittles at?" Because it's a whole bag of white Skittles. So yesterday started Gay Pride Month. Skittles is on board. Gay Pride has a whole month when everybody else get recognition for a day. That is special. They used to only have a weekend. Now they got the whole month of June. That is special.
She said, keep them high value men. They require too much of you not giving a fuck about yourself.
That's right.
Damn.
That's right.
Well, anyway, it was Gay Pride Month started yesterday. And Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis, the same motherfucker that signed the voting situation, he wanted to piss some people off. So he signed a bill into law yesterday prohibiting biological men from competing in women's sports at the high school and college levels. Hold on, stop. The Human Rights Campaign organization say they will be filing a lawsuit to block this arbitrary discriminatory ban.
That's not fair, though. That's not fair. How can you compete against me, a woman, as a man? I don't care how much equal rights I want. You or is this transgender? We were talking about the transsexuals, right? The ones who have
talking about high
merged
school
over.
and college level.
Yeah,
right.
but they're identifying
men,
themselves as the opposite sex.
women.
That's unfair. Could you imagine your little daughter out there playing basketball
But
against?
guess what? This is what the LBGT, and I learned that they got two new letters. They got an A and an I. Right, I learned that yesterday on the.
So
pod.
it's ALGBT.
No, it's LBGTQAI.
That don't even make sense. Now put it back in
Right, it's
alphabetical order.
intersexual, right, and then an ally, right. So someone that could be, that plays with either side, right, an ally. That's what they going with.
I thought that the bi
This is why they continue to win, right? Because they don't care about how you feel about women that used to be men competing. They are women now, and they need a place to play sports. They can't be women. They can't be women now playing in the NBA.
I don't think
they can't be women now playing tennis against other men. They
Why
have to,
not?
because they have to compete with what they are. They see themselves as
their
women.
tatas is fake.
Nah, listen.
We ain't gonna talk too much about this. They get real mad. They get real mad when we start talking about this. But
We are supposed to be equal. How? It's not fair, right?
We are supposed to be equal. So the equal standard for sports says that we can play the sport. We didn't ask to play with y'all. We asked to play the sport.
But
don't tell us we can't play basketball because we're a girl.
So now you don't see them as women. They're not women.
They are whatever they want to be.
Right.
That's
So
the
I wanna
God's
play
honest
sports.
truth.
I want to play sports.
Play sports with your own condo.
But
You
I
can't
don't have
play.
my own
First
condo.
of all, we playing hockey. You knocking me out the way. Your shoulders is way broader than mine. No, come on, bro. You want to hurt out now? Me and my auntie out here trying to fight you because you.
So you have to, so at some point you have to make up your mind. Not you. I'm just saying, if men want to be women and they become women, they can play in women's sports. If women want to be men, they have to play in men's sports. That's just how it works. You don't get
I
the
think they
I
just-
want to be a part, but no, hold up, I'm not really. So I'm gonna go over here and play with it. No, this is what you want to be.
I think that they have to find a transgender woman and see if they allow her to play in the man sport. Then that will prove if they're being completely equal. And they are not doing that. She was born as a woman. She cannot come over here and play in this man
So
sport.
then you sit there and say, if you're born as a man, then you stay a man, right?
If that's how if your genetics say that you feel more feminine, then
It's
go
all
ahead.
over the place, Dante. It's all over the place, bro. Like it's. Oh man,
It
makes no sense. If you're a man and you become a woman, then play in women's sports. If you're a woman and you become a man, then you play in men's sports.
But they won't allow it. If she was born a woman and she went over to being a man, they wouldn't allow her to play in the
Yeah,
men's
they would.
sport. No, they wouldn't.
She- what
they would
sport
not
would she
give her
play?
the same right of a woman.
What sport would she play?
They're gonna have to tell you. Gonna have
She
to
would
sit
play
this
football
out.
or be a kicker. She wouldn't be a linebacker unless she's a big body woman, and she might like to get tackled, and she might like to hit people.
Bro, you
What?
know darn good well they be like, nah, she was
They grow
born-
full
she was
beards.
born of it.
They
You
grow
was in
full
minus
beards. They
7.
grow mustaches, and you feel me? Like enlarge their clitoris, and all that good shit.
They would not. If she was born a woman, they would not allow her to play in male sports. Plain and simple as that.
I'm not saying I agree, but it's all over the place. It's definitely all over the place, bro. And,
It is. It's to me. They got a whole fucking month. They went from Pride Weekend.
We got a month, or a half a month, or a quarter of a month.
They went from Pride Weekend to
28
a
days.
whole month. They went from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, bro. So now they have a whole month.
Listen, they stick together.
They
And
got a parade coming.
That's that one thing
That they
about-
don't want police escorts there.
Nope. They don't even want the gay part of the police station to be at the. Like, we don't even want your group here. We don't want the people see
You
police
were-
and that crazy. We want to do what we want to do. Go up too. I'm not saying I agree. Come on, man. What's up?
I don't know.
You're saying they.
Somebody said I'm good, Trudy.
You're saying they LOL are human and equal.
Listen,
They
they are human. They are equal in certain ways. But if a woman was a transgender to a male, they would not allow her to play male sports. It's always been
That's
that.
where it's going now.
It's all, but
That's
it's
where it's
always
going.
been that.
That's
But
where it's
they're-
going.
guess what? They'll still give that woman
That's where it's
your
going.
soft skin and
You're allowed to do-
non-masculine body is not allowed to come
You're
over here
taking
and play.
You're taking the drugs. Like I've literally seen. All right, so via marriage, my kid's uncle, which was their aunt, I seen her at Taylor's prom. I didn't know who she was. You feel me? Because she looked mannish. But as I look, I'm like, damn, Kareem, what's up? No, it's Kareem, bro. You feel me? And I'm like, all right, what's up, Kareem? How you feeling? You feel me? And I do not knock anyone for their belief. And this is where we are right now. And if she wanted to play basketball or football, she could do that. I don't have a. If you want to play with us, I had no problem.
Now, my daughter, I have a daughter who
Right.
likes women.
Right.
She does not carry herself like a man does.
Right.
She's not out here talking about nigga, none of that.
Right.
She will fight you.
Right.
When she was younger, she had a fetish for male sports.
Right.
Totally understood that. They even told her she could have played for the Panthers.
Right.
And they say if she can take a hit. I said, well, can she give one? Because you're not going to let somebody hit my daughter she can't hit back.
Right.
So my daughter likes females. She does not walk around with her pants hanging off her ass.
Right.
She does not walk around with oversized clothing.
Right.
She carries herself nice and neat. She's not one of those, I'm sorry, sloppy ones. However, my daughter is not going to go to try out for the NBA. My daughter's going to play in the WNBA if that's what she chooses to play as a sport. She's not, as she told me, I'm not going to be disrespectful to what I love, but I'm not going to be disrespectful to my parents either.
Right.
So how my daughter carries herself is how I feel everyone should carry themselves. She doesn't, don't get me wrong. When she goes out and got to put on shoes, she puts on male shoes.
Right.
She's not a fucking female that's going to wear female high heels either. She's not one of those. If that's how she feel comfortable.
But see, basically they're saying there are phases into this situation, or color schemes where, let's say, if we're doing from red to pink, your daughter would be fuchsia, right? Where she, she understands who she is and she knows what she likes, and she doesn't have to conform or become something else to be able to be that person.
That's what
right?
I'm saying.
And a lot of people, right, when you do the psychological situation, will say that those people that want to be someone else are ashamed of who they are and how they present themselves. So they have to become, like a woman has to become a man because she's not happy.
I think it's how they see themselves.
How do you
in the mirror.
become a man to mess with women when women mess with men? How do you become a man? How do you become a woman to mess with men when men mess with men? It's like, why are you doing this? You can still mess with, like, why? What is going on? But it's just that
I think
urge.
it's how they see themselves in the mirror when they want to change, when they wish they had the breast and they wish they had the butt.
It's like Kim
I think
Kardashian Step Pop. He became a woman to mess with women.
After having kids.
To mess with women.
I don't
like, and it was like, you already messing with women, so you got to become.
But it was how he saw himself. He wanted to see himself as the girl. It was how he felt in the inside. And some people feel so
that's
different in the inside that they want their
Just
outside
take a
to
Xanax,
match.
bro. Take a Xanax. Just take
bro.
a fucking Xanax. Take a nap, bro.
I just feel like when people want to change their outer exterior,
They're ashamed of themselves.
It's how they see themselves.
Right.
It's just that I don't see myself as the woman I know I should be, and I'm okay with that. However, what I'm not okay with is you allowing a man to play a woman's sport. That's like, because she had a sex change, because he had a sex change and became a woman, he can be a female boxer too?
Absolutely.
No.
Yes, knock him out.
No.
The Mike Tyson.
I'm still gonna press charges on you because
why would you press charges? I'm a woman.
Because you a fucking man.
I'm a woman.
No, nigga.
So you're saying
You
it's not
were
that
born a
violent.
man.
It's not completely. It's just to say you're a woman. So
you
you're
were
a
born
man.
a man.
I'm
So
glad
that
you
means
said
that
that.
your
That's it.
strength and testosterone is still there.
CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
President Biden yesterday traveled to Tulsa, Oklahoma. So at the beginning of this show, I showed something because we didn't have a show yesterday. I'm going to show it again.
Bro, we are on Wednesday. He went on Monday.
What you mean? It was the first.
He went the 31st.
He went on the first.
You keep saying because we didn't have a show yesterday.
We didn't have a show on Monday.
Go ahead. Finish. Biden went
Thank
to
you for
Tulsa
correcting me. I don't know what so today's
Why-
the third.
Oh, today is the second.
But he
bro.
went to Oklahoma on Tuesday. Today is Wednesday.
When I read it last night, it said he went yesterday.
So today is the first.
Yes. No, today is the second. Stop confusing me.
So he went yesterday. Right?
I was told
I
he
said
went on the
this.
31st, the day of the Biden.
Right.
The
President
day-
traveled. Listen, this is what they said. President Biden traveled to Tulsa, Oklahoma on Tuesday to mark the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa race riots that took place 2 days, May 31st through
The day
June
it happened.
1st,
Yes.
right? By a white mob. 300 black Americans were murdered and over 10,000 were left homeless. The president met with survivors and descendants of the Tulsa race massacre. Survivors, they will be old as, unless they were born they will be 100 years old. And if they were born 5 years, they would be 105. So how many 105 year? There are some people.
It's no one surviving the Tulsa, Oklahoma bombing.
Right. President Biden is the first U.S. state sitting president in 100 years to acknowledge that Tulsa was a massacre and not a riot. Wow. Well, I think that explains where he's going.
Check your Instagram before what we said. Now you said what? He went to Tulsa and it turned into a riot?
Right.
So here's my thing. They do not want to acknowledge the fact that as we talked about last week, we have receipts of how y'all attacked us, from the moves to them to everything. So they do not want to speak on it. They don't want to say
It's one survivor.
One?
Yeah.
Where?
It had to be one. Like, see,
100 years old. They don't even know what
105.
happened.
They know exactly what happened.
They
had to
can't
live.
talk about it at 105 years old.
There are very many capable speaking 105-year-old people out here. But go ahead. What were you saying?
That I just sent you pissed me off.
We're going to talk about that on Friday.
So, but my thing is like the whole situation with Tulsa, Oklahoma, it is a prime example of why we need to support one another as much as possible, because they were so scared that they were going to take over. They were so scared that they were so scared in that time that Black America was on a rise. They found one. Just one. What, Jabril? You know it. You know. They found one that told them the ins and outs of what was going on. They allowed one in, and that's the problem. That is the problem. We always say,
there's
three
survivors.
They old. What they gonna say? Yeah, I remember. What was we talking about again?
But they're survivors of that incident. They were alive that day.
But are they telling us what really happened?
I mean, unless they're 135, right? They don't know what really happened. So
I don't think it's nobody 135.
right. So we come across these people, like there are 100, that are 102, 103. They were born, they were babies, so they really don't know, but they know how life affected them afterwards and how we're affected today by it. We're so divided as Black people, right? We don't have, and in the moment we find something to lean up against and say, all right, this is our tree, it's somebody else's tree that looks more desirable, and you end up running over there to their tree. We're so divided. And I think from the Willie Lynch letters, right, from the way they treat us as slaves to the way they put us out there, right, the way they put our African diaspora out there, the way they propagandize our information that comes into us. We understand that, you know, we need to come together. We need to have more unity as a people. So I just, you know, that's where I'm at. Unity makes strength.
But that's our greatest problem. But for some odd reason, it always takes one of us, when we're all unified, when we're all together, all on the same, it takes one of us to go have a conversation with them and they offer something that they feel is like it's going to make them better than us. That's where we fall short at. They can't make you better than your brother. Because you, my friend, are the reason why we fall apart. Absolutely. And everybody has to have that understanding. You cannot think that I have to have more than my brothers have. I have to be better than my sisters are. No, I want us to be great. No matter how great you are, as long as we're great, we're all going to be good. Right. I want your children to be successful. I don't want to compare your kids to my kids. I want them to say, hey, listen, I got a test tomorrow. You want to study together? I want them to say things like that. I want them to say, hey, listen, I got a business venture and I want you to come along with me so we can do this together. That's what we need. What's that boy name? I'm mad that I just said. Marlene husband just said the other day, the worst thing that could have ever happened to Blacks was segregation. So why do we insist, if we know that was the worst thing that could have ever happened to us, if we know that we didn't need that then and we shouldn't need it now, if we now know this as grown adults, why do we still insist on doing business with them? Why are we not supporting Black businesses that are trying to make it? I seen somebody, Dante, here we are, Dante, I'm going to get into it. I seen somebody the other day say, I hope y'all got y'all Safe Serve licensing. First of all, I have my Serve Safe licensing. You're trying to bash someone because you feel like you're doing better with them. You're trying to correct them and you're saying it all wrong. You're like, why couldn't you just call whoever you were talking about on Facebook, Instagram? They make it so you can contact them that way. Whoever you were trying to talk bad on, why didn't you call them and say, hey, do you have your PA, I forgot the number form for your tax situation. Do you have this so that you can get this done? Why did you have to try to bash them on social media? And then there's dummies in the comments that's saying, yeah, because I got mine. You ain't got that because that's wrong. You don't have a Safe Serve licensing. It's called Serve Safe. So, and that's so that you can service people safely, not safely serve people. You dumbasses. But see, I'm only one person. And I'm only the person who can tell you, come to me, I made mistakes. I've made mistakes along my way. I don't want you to make the same mistakes because I want you to be successful long before I became successful. And I'm still not successful. I'm still learning. But nobody seems to think that they can do that. They don't want to help the other person because then that person will excel further than you. But let me tell you about your blessings that will come back from helping somebody else. You won't even have to do nothing. You don't even have to. You will have to get up in the morning, start your day how you've been doing, and you'll notice that things just went more smoothly than they did yesterday because you took the initiative to help someone else. Don't try to tear somebody else down from doing exactly what you tried to do when you were their age. Man, he's stupid and put stuff up for likes and comments, and dummies follow suit. They get right on there and follow behind him and listen to everything that he's saying. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, what the shit is this? What are they talking about? And somebody else was in the comments at one point in time, and they were like trying to say that they had all the proper things to run a restaurant, and they said everything wrong. Everything. It's a checklist to do it. You check it off as you go along. You won't have everything in one day. You won't know how to do everything in one day. You'll make mistakes along the way. But
You're
when you
supposed
get
to make
there,
mistakes.
help somebody else.
Man, listen.
Listen, you made that mistake. Ask me how. Don't be afraid to ask me how
So if we're
did I get over that.
If we're supposed to make mistakes, why can't we make mistakes in relationships too?
Well, you're supposed to make mistakes in everything. It's what you learn from it. You can't keep making the same mistake. I don't want to make the same mistake today that I made
But
5
see, if there's
years
no
ago.
consequences for your mistakes,
Then you'll keep
then
on
you'll
making
keep on making the
mistake.
same mistake over and over and over.
Yes.
Right.
But people don't understand it. If you are a radio station, all those people that came up here attempted to learn from you and then thought they learned enough and left, they are no longer successful. They are no longer doing it because they thought that they were going to learn from you, do it, and no longer need your help. We all need each other's help. We all need to know what it takes to continue on.
You know, I ain't got no problem with helping anybody.
And I kind of sort of get on you about that because that irks my soul.
But that's me.
I don't like it.
That's
I don't like it.
there's more.
Still, I don't like it.
I know, but there's.
I don't like users. It's a difference between asking for help and using me. Now, if you ask
I
me
don't
for
mind
help,
the user.
I do. I do because then they don't give credit.
And
then they don't tell people, well, listen, I made mistakes. They come out the gate
you can
with
tell
the
I'm
S on their
different.
chest. You see the S on my chest?
You can tell I'm different right now.
You are.
Right.
And I don't like it.
And if I want my people to come together and have unity and work together, then sometimes some things have to be done that someone else might not like, or the fact that I might not like it, but I do it anyway. So I don't have a problem with a person coming up here, learning what they learn from me, taking what they take, and going and doing their own thing. I'm still going to support them. I'm going to share their shit. I'm going to push their shit because I want their shit to be just as successful as I want my shit to be.
Though, bro.
It don't have to be reciprocated because what they can't give me, somebody else will. Right? And if I'm giving my hands out, I'm putting my hands out and giving people things that motherfuckers try to charge me to get, then that's beneficial for me. My blessings will come. I'm not worried about blessings. I'm not worried about all that stuff. I just want to do business the right way. If we do things the right way, we can change our community. We can honestly change our community. So listen, no one should be bigger than any movement, right? And that's the problem, right? There are people that want to be chiefs, and you got to go through a couple trials and tribulations to even earn a chief title. You have to go through some struggles. You have to go through some sacrifices. There aren't enough people willing to go through those things.
Because they want to come out. They want to come out with instant achievements. They don't want to do any work. So they come here and they go to places and they leech off of them. I can't stand people who don't want to learn and then they go and they carbon copy you. And you still didn't learn anything because you're only doing what you saw me do, but you didn't see how I did it.
It took 4 years.
It took footsteps.
It took 5 years.
I didn't run into this.
Sacrifices that I had to make.
They don't want to make sacrifices. They want to say, I made this amount of money and then I went and put it in here and they made this amount of money.
Losses I had to endure.
They don't put the middle. They leave out the middle.
And I tell them, go ahead, do your thing. Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead. Listen, to get something to blow as bad as you want it, it's not going to be just one live. You're going to have to go live every day. You're going to have to talk every day. Every day. And I'm burnt all the way to hell.
You got to get up in the morning and not want to do it and figure out why you have to do it. You got to get up in the morning with no ambition, nobody to push you, nobody to say, baby, it's going to be okay, and figure out why it's going to be okay. And you got to be willing to. When I walk into a store in the morning thing, I yell good morning to everybody in there, whether I know them or not. That can change somebody's attitude. That can make somebody's day better because they didn't know it was a good morning until you said it. Right. People don't understand how motivating someone else, even when you don't feel it, makes it better for you. Because if you're successful, I'm successful. If you're 20 years old doing what I'm doing now at 43, I am proud because at 20 years old, I was doing something completely different. I didn't know this was my route.
Right. People are not direct, and Donna just said that's the problem, though. As much as you guys are speaking about being direct, people are not direct at all. It's subliminals being said, posts about other businesses, bashing other businesses. No one is direct because no one wants to be seen
Black
as a
people-
hater.
She said black people make it bad for black people. That's the truth. Because guess what? What you say? McDonald's fuck up your order 20
Right,
times. You still
right.
go back that 21st
And don't
time.
complain.
A black person in the city of Chester mess up your order
You posting
and
it.
you talking
You
about
talking
them.
about it.
And then somebody else jumps on there and say, oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
had
I
the
went
same
over there.
experience.
Right.
And I ain't been back since. I had a young lady call and order food from me. This is no lie. And it was on me. She called, she ordered food from me. She texted. We got the text, but nobody wasn't there to deliver the food. So I suggested that she pick it up. She told me she didn't have a way. Okay, well, it's going to take a lot longer. Her food is now done. It's sitting. So when she got her food, it was lukewarm. So she said, I waited for my food for over an hour. It's cold. I said, okay. Do you have a Cash App? I'll send you back your money. I'm not asking for your food back, but I can't send my guy back down there to where you are to bring the food back and give you your money back.
Right.
So you can keep the food, reheat it because my food is reheatable.
Right.
Reheat it, and now I'm gonna give you your money back, and I gave her a convenance fee. Her food was $15. I sent her $25.
Right.
Because I don't ever want you to bad talk me.
Right.
Guess what she did?
What?
She bad talked me. I was nowhere near unprofessional.
Right.
Me being me, having a rough day, how I did. I should have told you, all right, well, I'm going to come back and get this platter because that's what most people would do. They're going to come back and get it. You're not going to eat my food and at least say, shit, it was still good. That's all you had to say. You didn't have to go. I heard what she said. I said, well, did she mention that I sent her money back?
Yeah, they don't care about that.
She didn't say that part?
No.
I said, well, I'm glad she ate it. You know, because I hate to waste food. But people, instead of saying, hey, listen, this is how this go, they go and talk about it. I know a person in the city who does the same business as mine. She uses wax paper. Wax paper make your food sweat. So people constantly talk about why her food is wet. Guess what I suggested? You should use aluminum foil because it holds the heat and not the moisture. And guess what she did?
Right.
She changed it. I didn't have to tell who she was to say, why didn't y'all just tell her, hey, listen, every time I get my food is wet, it's making my chicken moist and all that other stuff. Instead, you on Facebook talking about her, talking about why you're not going to go back. You're not going to stop her from doing business because somebody likes their food fucking wet. Somebody likes the moisture. The clothes. Oh, I don't like how everybody has the same t-shirt with a different logo. I don't care. Polo has the same fucking polo and so does Tommy and so does Nautica and so does they all have the same manufacturer.
Every
they just have a
fucking
different
body.
logo on it. Why can't we be like them? Why can't we be a Macy's in Chester? You made that suggestion about that store over town.
Right.
That's now a trashy convenience store
Right.
that has shut the Family Dollar down.
Right.
You said every brand in Chester should rent this store and make our own Macy's in Chester. Guess what they said? I'm not selling nothing next to her.
Right.
Why?
Because you have read, you have been taught the Willie Lynch syndrome, right? And we're gonna break that book down one day.
I'm not going to be here.
Yes, you are, because it's important, right? And hey, Leslie, how you feeling? And it's basically, it just breaks down how we treat each other. And you look at it, that book was written over 200, 400 years ago, and it still resonates now with how we treat each other, the religions, the breakdown, the divide and conquer, right? And we are a people that can rule, but we have to want to rule. We have to want to work together. We have to want to say, listen, this is your tribe. These are your people. You lead them people, but we come together. The meetings, the situations, this city is broken down into so many different blocks and hoods and situations. Chester is small enough to get this done. Literally, like I don't know of a better place to get this done, but everybody has to just drop their arms and say, you know what? I don't have a problem with her. I don't have a problem with him. I don't have a problem with us. I don't have a problem with myself. I don't have a problem with my mother. I don't have a problem with my father. You have to sit there and say that because until we say these things, we will continue to have issues. And Donna said it earlier, the crutches. All of us are on crutches because we all got our old things and we like, nah, man, that hurt. Drop them shits, bro. Like if you have to block a person for a little bit so they understand, you can't talk to me any kind of way you want to, right? You can come to them and say, can we have a conversation now that you understand that I will not take your bullshit anymore, right? There's a way to get around issues and there's a way to deal with our issues. And we've been getting around our issues for well too long. So we have to deal with each other. We have to talk to each other. We have to communicate in a way that we understand, right? There's two things in communication. There's listening and there's talking. And if you're not talking, you should be fucking listening.
But sometimes people listen and don't hear them though, bro. They just talking to have the conversation. They're not really talking to have an understanding. And that's a bad thing. I had somebody sit on my porch with me yesterday, Monday. And they were asking me, like, where am I getting, like, my salmon from and how much am I paying for it? And they're in the same exact business. They would never come and give me advice. Their business don't even refer people to me if they don't carry it. If I don't carry it, I refer people to other people. Hey, listen, I don't have it, but you can go to Humdiggins, or you can go to IB's, or you can go to Catch 22, or you can go. I tell people, I'm not open today, but these people are open. I'm not doing this today, but this person has it. They sat there and asked me, how much do I pay for this? How much do I pay for that? And their number one question they asked me was, why do I shop here in the city of Chester? Right? So why do I buy my food from the city of Chester? And we were basically talking about chicken at the time, because chicken has gone so high. So a case of party wings is $165, and a case of regular whole wings, depending on the size, is $125 to $145. So I said, you know why I get my chicken from Yanks? Because number one, they get them fresh every morning. Number two, Mr. Duke honors you as another entrepreneur here in the city of Chester. And number three, it keeps them open.
Right.
So why am I going to go all the way to Philly, pay a Philly tax, waste my gas when I can get it right here? And guess what I'm getting? I'm getting better product. It's not beat down, and they're still open for us to utilize them on a regular day. So they sat there and they said, you know, I never looked at it like that, because we go to Philly because we get it for 50% off. I said, you got to throw 50% of the case away. So we sitting there, we having this conversation. They never once said thank you. They never once said, oh man, I never thought of it like that. Nothing. You know what they did?
What?
Went right up there and asked Mr. Duke for the same contract that I got.
Right.
I said, well, I'm glad I can help.
Right.
I'm glad I can help. They like, well, why do you go to Sam & Sam's? Do you know you can go into Sam & Sam's and ask them to order you a case of whatever it is that you need for the price that they get it for, and they will?
Right.
Because that keeps them in business.
Right.
Yes, they do price gouge.
Right.
They do. But make a rapport, have a rapport with these people.
Absolutely.
Understand how important they are to your community so that they'll understand how important you are to theirs.
Yes, kid.
In order for them to stay open, they need you.
People
Not
don't
just,
see it like that.
I see it that way though.
You see it like that
I
because you have a business mind, and a lot of people don't understand your business mind. They know Nafati that'll punch them in the face and all that good stuff and cuss them out when they're wrong, but they don't know Nafati, the businesswoman. And I think that's when you switch over, right? And you're helpful. Right, you give advice. Like, even though you tell me I'm wrong, you do the same exact thing, right? But you don't realize it, right? So we want people to succeed, right? We don't want people to fail. See, only a person that has never been challenged wants other people to fail, right? Because they're scared. They're scared this person's they're gonna gain more than I am. They're gonna be more popular than them. They're gonna fucking win. And the thing is, if you win, then I win, because I gain a little bit from your wins. I understand. Well, damn, he did it like that. That was fucking awesome. Let me figure out how I can switch my situation up, like constantly, all the fucking time. And that's why I tell you, this is why I don't mind helping people that are not here to help me, because at the end of the day, you're gonna have to say something. You didn't just get here on your own, and then people are like, oh man, damn, P, you was helping them the whole time, and they just gonna leave you like that? Yeah, they gonna do their own thing.
Leslie,
celebrate
can you
them.
please come back to work so you can smack them in the back of his head?
Celebrate them for doing their own thing, and they still only got 7 views, right? Now let's see how they operate that. 7 views, 14 views, 34 views. Like, and if they stick with it,
they'll go from 7 to 70,
I ain't
from
giving
70 to 700, from 700 to 7,000. Y'all see what y'all see. We see what we know.
No,
That's
I ain't
it.
giving up. I had 7 views when I first started.
No.
7 views. We had 10 viewers when we first started.
You're 6.
My 6. It was 6,
You're
right?
6 little viewers.
You know, and she was mad.
And then we went to 10.
Then we went to 10.
And then we went to 100.
Right.
And then we was over 1,000.
And I don't knock anybody. I give credit to the people that were here in the beginning. Charles Brakely, right? Joel Dodson, shit, PQ Radio. I wouldn't be doing radio right now if it wasn't for No Q Tommy and Purple Queen, right? I would not be doing this shit. But I have to worry about a business. So guess what? I can't always be on point with every show that I'm on. I'm tired sometimes, right? It's like, damn, if I would have known it was going to be this fucking hard, man, I wouldn't have done this shit. It's like, no, I take joy in understanding business. And white people literally have come to the radio station to put me in the right direction to say, no, you need to be handling business like this. This is what a real business does, P. Like, damn, I never knew that. This is how a real business operates. You need to have this structured so you can go up and get this loan. You can go up and get this grant and all this shit. And it's like, damn. And I'm looking at my people like, y'all knew this the whole time and you ain't want to tell me?
Why would I tell you?
What the fuck you mean? Why would you tell me?
What am I getting out of it?
Man, that's bullshit.
What am I gonna get out of it?
Well, guess what? I don't have
That's
no rap
how
for
they
you.
feel.
I ain't
That's
got no
how
rap
they
for you.
feel. And I hate when I feel like people think that we're in competition.
There ain't in no competition.
Only competition I'm with is the person I'm in is with the person I was to yesterday. Not with you today. You today, shit. You open, I'm coming to support. You know I had to support it. And I'm gonna say support. I was not a customer. I went because it was number one, their grand opening, or it was because they were having something. So I became a supporter. But guess what I did? I told other people why they should go. Not because I didn't like it. I saw what you said up there, Donna, when you said if you didn't like it, you tell them, well, it didn't fit my taste. I don't say that because people go off of what you say.
Absolutely.
Oh, Donna didn't like it. I'm not going to go waste my money. Oh. I say you should go try it.
Right.
Because my taste buds is different.
Absolutely.
I know how I want things done. My taste buds with clothing is different. I know that I dress regular. I wear blue, black, white, and gray. They ain't have nothing blue, black, white, and gray in the house. I mean, in the store, I didn't get anything. But guess what? They had some nice shit in there.
I had to explain something to the landlord of this building. I said, before I moved in here, how many people were renting spaces out of this?
None.
This
There was 2 people here.
It was 3. It was mostly churches. Since we've been in here for the last 4 years, we've watched people believe in themselves to rent space from
the whole row over there.
Right. So now we have we got the brother over here, Paradigm Charisma, right? He has his clothing line over here. I'll be wearing a lot of his jean shit this winter. You feel me? You know what I mean? We got Maisha and Naisha and T Kane down here with their photo situation. We have businesses.
And Kenya and them down there doing something.
We got a brother downstairs is opening up a gym. Like there are businesses around in this building.
Oh, the gym that Roll left?
No, not the gym that Roll left. I think they might turn that into an arcade for the kids, right? That's a good situation. Somebody get some money, turn that into an arcade, right? Keep everything rolling, right? But you have to commend the people for having the belief in themselves to do it, but you also have to say, damn, man, I wouldn't have known about this building if you weren't in it.
That's true.
Right? So it's like, damn, just by you being in here, it says, man, you can have a legitimate business in this building. Now, are there problems and issues? Absolutely. We're going to work those out. But it's the tenants coming together and saying, this is what we want. This is what we deserve. And again, until we come together as people of these United States, and it's a corporation, and I get all those things. And for the people that understand that, Drew Free and Chucky used to beat me up so much. He's like, bro, you got a platform and you got to talk about these things. I'm like, Chuck, I don't understand them. You understand them. Come and talk about them. I don't have a problem. I'll give you a whole hour to talk about it, right? No problem, because you're educating me. I don't know. But to have these businesses and everybody come together is beautiful, man. So I don't knock nobody for anything that anybody wants to do. You want to start your own podcast? You want to come through here and get some information from me? I'll give you that. Go ahead over there. That's one less show I got to worry about engineering. That's one less situation. I can do something else now. Shit, for my personal life. You feel me? Because I don't have one.
You're going to pay while you're here, though.
But you're definitely going to pay while you. That's another thing. You're going to pay. And I had to understand that. I can't treat you like family and you abuse me like we're not family. Yeah. I can't be like, oh yeah, bro, don't worry about that. You just give me, and then you see I'm struggling.
This is business.
This is business now.
And I want people to learn to respect business. Stop asking for a discount, because you don't go in Foot Locker and ask for a discount. Stop asking for like different things from businesses, from black businesses, that you do not ask other businesses for. You don't ask Chick-fil-A, are they open? Their hours are marked. You don't ask Chick-fil-A, are they having a sale today, or how much for this, and can you get that? The prices are marked as they are. Nothing changes. The Chick-fil-A know their worth. They know what they can get. They changed their price, and we didn't even think about it. We didn't even see it. McDonald's changed their prices too. They went up. Nobody went and say, oh my God, I can't believe it was just $2 last week. It was $1 or the $1 million, and now it's $2.09. Nobody ever once said that. They just paid it. You ain't think, like, damn, I just paid $1 last week. So why is it $2.09? You didn't ask them. But for me, it was, I just paid $15.
Why the price going up?
Well, let me tell you why the price changed.
Right.
Because the market value changed.
Right.
When that changes, we have to change too. It's something that businesses honestly don't want to do. But they have to. The price of Air Force Ones used to be $50, $49.99. Nelly said, "Give me 2 pair."
Right.
I need 2 pair. They said $90.
$90.
Now the price is going up again
Right.
because guess what's the number 1 selling sneaker? Air Force Ones.
I do actually. Y'all give out a military discount. Absolutely. Military
Well, see,
discount.
that's different. That's different, Tanya. Military, veterans, things like that, or nurses, the frontline workers, absolutely ask, do they honor that?
Even
I
prostitutes.
honor that. No.
Huh?
Not
You don't give out the prostitute discount?
No.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
I do.
But don't come and ask me. Like, don't get me wrong. I have family combo meals. I have family discounts because I want everybody to eat. And I know how much it costs for me to feed my children when I'm out. And they won't argue with McDonald's at all. Nope. They won't do nothing. Guess what I say? If you're not going to pay, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm sorry, that's my price. Don't worry, I'm not going to say it. My 18-year-old is going to say it.
Right.
But what I have learned from my father, and this my sister's favorite quote, it's better to make a fast dollar than a slow 100. So I'm not trying to break you, but I am trying to survive.
Absolutely.
So I will take the dollar before I wait for somebody to come with $100. So guess what? I'm going to serve 99 people with my lower prices, and then I'm going to continue on. I just learned that everybody can't afford what you think they can afford. I wanted to talk about that Steak 48 situation. I would never eat there ever again.
Why?
Because I just won't.
Why?
Because you can't tell me I can't come in there and have a drink and an appetizer and leave. I should not have to be obligated to spend $100 to enter into your establishment. That's not anywhere. And that's only the two. One that's here, and there's one that I believe is in Atlanta that has that price setting.
I don't go into
experience.
those restaurants to have. I go to Applebee's or Longhorn Steakhouse or Outback or to have an appetizer and a drink and leave.
I want to go to.
You want to go to Steak 48. You want to
and
get dressed up. You want to have a full meal. That's what they want.
That's not true, because you have people who go, they just want the ambiance. They just want to go and feel different. I don't want to go and see a bunch of titties hanging out. I respect their dress code, but their dress code is identifying the black community. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Say it again.
It's identifying the black community.
How?
Because they're saying no white t-shirts, no basketball shirts, no this, no that. That's identifying.
I watched several white people walk in the Steak 48 while I was in there with white t-shirts on.
Did they get turned around? Were they turned around?
Yeah, they got turned around.
Did they get turned around?
Yeah, they got turned around.
So go back to your pictures and tell me if it's somebody sitting next to you in a white t-shirt.
I mean, Russell Westbrook, they had basketball shirts on. They weren't dressed up, right? His whole crew.
So they changed that. They changed the whole memo that day. After you left, that's when the itinerary for the dress.
But they've had fights in the restaurant.
I heard about that.
And these people were dressed up dicey. They weren't in there.
What race were they?
They were black.
What did they have? They
See,
weren't dressed up.
That's the vibe. You go to Longhorn Steakhouse. What kind of music do you hear while you're in there?
I have no idea. I don't eat there.
Country music.
Right.
I
don't eat there.
So you can say that's racist.
Oh, Chicago. That's the other one.
You go to Outback.
Leslie.
You go to Outback Steakhouse. You feel me? Like, what kind of music do you hear while you're there? Right. That Australian shit. Like, so we don't have a black owned steakhouse.
We don't.
Where?
But I said we don't.
I'm about to say
we
shit.
don't.
Where?
But guess what? You can't give me a minimum price to pay.
I have to.
I
don't want
They
you.
will change their prices.
I don't want you PPA or you PUA motherfuckers in this joint.
I do.
So, huh?
I do.
That's not good for the business. The people that come in here and spend $1,500 on dinner for their family, as opposed to you coming in.
They can come and spend $1,500 too. I saw a girl put her bill up. It was $444 for her and her husband. Right. You don't identify me because of my color. Don't tell me I can't come in here and have a drink after work because I work down the block.
I kept this receipt. Right?
And how much is your receipt?
What'd it say?
I don't know.
$272.90
for two people.
For two people,
I've spent that. That is not my concern. Don't tell me I got to spend $100 though just to enter your establishment.
I'm not even thinking about when I made the arrangement. They said $50. They wanted my credit card. If you don't come, we're going to take $100 off your account.
Woo, see. Mm-mm.
So they've been doing that. That's not something new. So I just believe that if we listen to what people say, right? If we take everything that everybody says, some shit should be accounted for, some shit you should take, but you're like, man, I don't give a fuck. I was going in there to eat anyway. So if I listen to everything, then of course it's going to affect my people because we are the most affected people in the United States.
So you don't think that anything that they made, any rules that they made are set to say that blacks can't enter?
They don't apply to me. I don't follow.
Answer the
when
question.
have I ever followed a rule?
Answer the question. Is it so that blacks can't enter?
It's so that it's blacks and whites and Puerto Ricans.
Is it so that blacks can't enter?
It's blacks and whites and Puerto Ricans that are below the minimum.
People don't never want to just answer the question.
Why you want me to say? I'm answering your question. I'm not answering it the way you want me to. It was made for blacks, whites.
Can I afford it? Absolutely. Can I afford to go there and eat?
Nah.
I don't even eat red meat. Nah. So can I afford it?
They got steak. They got shrimp.
Salmon.
Right. They got salmon.
I know.
Right.
But can I afford it? Absolutely. But am I willing to
scallops, all that shit?
I just said, why can't I go in there and have scallops as an appetizer and a drink?
It's not an appetizer.
Fucking sauteed onions is $12, bro. Just to get a side of sauteed onions is $12.
I ain't see that. Why would I want sauteed onions?
On your steak. What the fuck else do people want the sauteed onions for?
That's anything that adds to your steak is $9 to $12. That's anywhere. You go to fucking you go to Outback. It ain't no fucking $2 for you to get some lobster meat on your.
That's lobster meat, bro. We talking about an onion.
It's a special sauteed onion. In wine.
F-O-H.
In a wine reduction.
F-O-H.
Right, that's how it be. But honestly,
I'm just saying.
I don't
I
apply.
didn't see the big deal of it. If I can't afford it, I'm not gonna go.
Right.
If I can't afford it and I choose to go, I'm going. But I don't like that they really stereotype. People were missing the $100 plate minimum. You can't tell me I have to eat all this food. What if I had a gastric bypass and I can't eat all this food?
You don't have to eat all that
So the only thing that I
food.
can eat is the $32 fucking scallops that y'all have. Don't get me wrong, I know what your menu costs because I've been there. But what I'm saying is, don't tell me in Chicago and Philadelphia are the only places I have to spend a minimum of $100.
Hey man,
Because everywhere else you don't. Everywhere else they have that restaurant at, you don't. If you choose to go in there for drinks, because they do have.
People are a lot calmer in the other places where that restaurant is.
They are calm everywhere.
No, not in Chicago and Philly.
That's not true.
What do you mean? How many people are dying in Philly and in Chicago?
It doesn't. It's not. They're not dying in Steak 48.
But they're coming into Steak 48.
I don't know, but I felt.
If it doesn't apply, you let it fly.
And I felt some type of way.
Doesn't
because
apply
I don't
to you.
Always want to be.
Doesn't apply
stuffy.
to you.
Why do I have to go in there with this button-down shirt that I can't breathe in, and I gotta unbutton my fucking pants, bitch? I want to come in some sweatpants or some tights.
Well, buy a shirt.
It still doesn't change my money though.
Sweatpants and tights.
Yeah, it don't change my money.
You can be business casual in sweatpants and tights. You wear the right sweatpants. You get the right type of shoes. You know, like you could do that. You could be business casual in those clothes. You just got to know how to manipulate it.
No,
right.
I just want to come how I come.
Hey,
my
man,
money don't change.
I didn't think.
Well, get me a to-go plate. That's what I yell. Get me a to-go plate.
I took everything to go.
I bet the fuck you did.
Took
I'm taking the silverware.
I gave it to the kids. I let them eat it. Macaroni and cheese with the lobster and the shrimp in the drink. That drink was banging. You feel me? The calamari was nice. You feel me? Like everything I had 2 fucking Jack and ginger ales. Right? Oh man, it was.
I seen one drink on somebody joint. It said $34. I said that's a bottle.
It was $14.
Theirs was $34. I said that's a bottle. But I just feel like people miss the whole, like you so busy trying to prove to somebody that you can eat at Steak 48 that you forget.
It was 17. So my prime rib was $59. My daughter's sea scallops were $47. Right?
Yeah, she got a full order, but she got a half order. It's only like 26 or something like that.
And she got a lemonade that was $3, a calamari which was $21, small crispy shrimp was $17, whipped potatoes was $9, the crab and shrimp mac was $34, sauteed broccoli was $14, and the asparagus was $14.
And you know what's so crazy is because when you sell seafood macaroni and cheese, people still think you're supposed to give it to them for $5. You're not supposed to give it to them for $5.
No.
I am a person who will tell you the price of everything has gone up as far as food wise. When you go to the market, you gotta actually pick and choose between if I'm gonna serve this for dinner and this is for just your household.
Your house.
When you go to the market, you sit there, you're like, God damn, when the fuck did this start costing next?
Yeah.
The price of ground beef has gone up. Ground beef, you could get a 5-pound pack of ground beef for like $12. That shit is like $17 now. That's a $5 upcut. Like that, I'm just saying, I do take all of that into consideration. I do understand the ambiance is something that's completely different. But what I am saying is this. You, the customer, have the right to refuse. You do not have to prove it to anybody. The moment somebody had a dinner party at Chima's. They like, we having a dinner party at Chima's. I said, I ain't coming. They said, why? I said, because I'm not paying all that money for their food. They said, why? I said, because I don't like it.
What is Chima's?
It's that restaurant in Philly. I don't like it.
See, I don't know all the. I know McCormick and Smith, Ruth Chris. I know the places I've been, right? And I don't have a problem. I know walking into this place, if I'm on a date, I ain't gonna spend no less than $300, right? If I'm on a date, we're having drinks, we're talking, we're having appetizers. You feel me? We're having a real date. I'm not gonna spend no less than $300.
And let me tell you about these requirements. Requirements.
I've been to these
I
restaurants.
don't require you to take down. Let me tell you. If you're going to take me on a date and we're going to go eat, let's go somewhere where I know that I'm going to be comfortable and I know I'm going to enjoy the food. The change you can give to me. How about that? You see, if you go on a date, you're going to spend $300. How about this? How about we go over here to this restaurant?
I don't want
and
that
your
restaurant.
food costs $20 and my food costs $20 and we can take the rest of this money and put it into something. See, when I was younger, I would say, all right, we're going to steak 48. If he can't afford that, he can't afford me. But guess what? He can't afford you. He can't afford the fucking bills. He can't afford all of these things.
I'm not worried about impressing
I got a different
anybody.
mind.
I want a nice steak. I don't want a dry steak. I don't want a steak from Steakhouse. I can eat that Outback. I can eat that whenever. I'm going to Steak 48. I want to see what all the fuss is about. And I'm going to enjoy myself. It's not about impressing the female. It's about impressing myself.
Right.
So there we have it. But
I ain't impressing myself because I ain't taking you on no fucking $400 date.
Whatever. Labor markets experts are warning companies of impending resignation boom by employees of both Canada and the United States. During the pandemic, 130,000 people have left the workforce. According to Statistics Canada, individuals have stopped working and are no longer seeking employment because employees are either burnt out, they need to care for family members, or have decided to make a career change. You agree with that?
Say that again.
130,000 people have left the workforce, and they've left the workforce because they're either burnt out, they need to care for their family members, or they decide to make a career change.
I agree.
Right. Law enforcement.
You found out during this pandemic what your worth is.
Absolutely.
Because the moment you couldn't come to work because you didn't have childcare, they found somebody else to replace you. People have found out that they're replaceable.
What's wrong with y'all females? Why do you want to pocket 2 to 3? Why can't we just go have a nice dinner?
That's not a good.
It is nice.
Let me tell you
it's
what
a nice restaurant. It's a nice dinner.
So how
then
about
go
this?
half with me then.
Mildred, that's my classmate. Hey, Boo, how about this?
Mildred
$100
who?
I can go.
You know
Cooper.
Mildred?
Kaya Cooper.
Well, then say your name. Oh, my fault.
How about this? I can take $100 and go to the market. I can feed the whole fucking family. That's number one. But if I'm going to make it nice for you and I, we got lobster, we got steak, we got shrimp, we got scallops, we got potatoes, we got asparagus, we got everything, and still have money left over for a drink. Let's be clear. People just want, it's not the atmosphere. They want to prove that I was there. They want to prove, yeah, I went. When, what's his name? Jay-Z had that club over, the 40-40 Club. Everybody was dying to get there just to say that they went. They were spending fucking $40 for a drink and fries and little appetizers at the bar just to say they went. Yeah, I went last night and blew a bag. Okay, now your bills are due today. Don't borrow from me.
Don't borrow from me.
It's about proving to people that I can afford these things. Let me tell you how well I can afford.
How long I saved up for that restaurant?
I lay away what I want. If I want nice things, whether shoes, sneakers, anything, I lay it away with myself. I don't go into the business. I went in the Louis Vuitton store. Let me tell you, I went in the Louis Vuitton store. I wanted this pocketbook. And you know I'm not a pocketbook person. I went in there. I said, y'all got layaway. Guess what they said?
No.
Yes. I fell out laughing. I said, I was just joking. But y'all do for real? Yeah. They said yes. I was in Vegas in the Louis store, and they told me yes.
Why wouldn't they have layaway?
Because they said you shouldn't go in there if you can't afford it. I can afford it. I just got to pay it over in spurts. Everybody.
No, but they don't know.
Child.
Right. You don't know what you don't ask. You don't know what you don't ask. You can't afford it if you got to ask the price. That's the question.
The man was laughing at me so hard. He was like, listen, Bill. Because I said, hey, y'all got layaway. He said, "Listen, we do."
Yeah.
I fell out there.
You'd be
I said,
surprised
"No,
how
I'm
many
joking."
people.
I was like, "For real?" He was like, "Yeah, in Vegas." All I wanted was this little teeny wallet. That's all I wanted. I could afford it. I brought it, but I was joking going in. That was something my dad would do. He
See,
wasn't
she using
listening.
big words. I gotta look that word up.
People-
Ostentation. Ostentation.
He does. I think that does it mean clout?
I don't know. We're about to find out. Pretentious or vulgar display, especially of wealth and luxury. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Kia.
So it's not a tax
Is it
write-off
Kia
for
or
me.
Kaya?
It's Kaya.
Kaya? Okay. Thank you.
So it's not a tax write-off. It's nothing that you can claim on your taxes unless you take
What?
more than 4 people to go to there. You gotta claim it on your tax and say it was a business dinner.
Did you see AMC stock?
What happened, Dante?
Ain't nobody
Tell him.
saying
Tell him, Dante.
Nobody saying
AMC stocks went through the roof, baby. Yes. Tell him, Dante. I told him, get with it. Their shares was $5 a share. Go ahead, get with
Soul
it.
food spot there. I don't know. There's no bragging rights in that.
Steak just as good, but since she's not charging $100, there's no bragging right. That is the truth.
Well, shit.
But that's
If it's
how
a
it
good
goes.
steak, then let me get that. Let me get that steak. I'll brag about it. I don't give a fuck. It wasn't about the price, right? It was like taking my daughter out to a nice restaurant, right? Showing her how to have a nice time, right? And if it wasn't about what I spent, I kept the receipt because everybody started bitching about Steak 48. So it was like, all right, what are we bitching about? Like really, like honestly, like at some point we all had dreams of doing things and we didn't get a chance to do them things, right? And I wanted my daughter to do it now.
I get that.
And-
I get that.
and
When
to
they,
get-
because
right.
I see couples if we're gonna mimic TV, we're gonna say it. I see couples all the time that say, "Hey, let's just do something we couldn't do before."
Right.
The moment you have enough, you do want to splurge. My thing of splurging, this is my thing, because I'm grown now, because I'm an adult. I brought my own fucking 4 tires from a car and stuff like that, and I did some adult shit. So my thing is, I'm about to get a new fucking deck. That's my thing of splurging. Hey, I just saved up enough money where I can redo my backyard. That's my thing of splurging. I no longer want to go to sit at a restaurant that I can afford to sit at and make them rich.
Right.
When I can invest in my home and make the value of my home increase. That's my thing. Oh, and Dante, did you try Dogecoin? Because they going up too. I'm so sorry. I got a couple of shares. I only got go buy some more now. They only had $50 a share for AMC, but they're going through because outside opened up, the movies is coming back in, and everybody is going. They're going to rush it through the summer, and then I'm gonna let it go in August. Yes, I am.
This girl is crazy.
I'm just saying. Didn't I just say I got a couple extra dollars to do my deck, honey? Let me tell you, I'm gonna do this deck over our bed. I want my property
Can I
to
finish this
increase.
news?
Oh, I didn't know we was on the news.
Right. That's what I've been reading. Law enforcement agencies are outraged because Amazon is selling Blue Lives Murder apparel on their website. A letter sent by detectives from the Endowment Association demanded that companies to cease selling disgusting items that exhibit the message Blue Lives Murder. The apparel includes a $8.99 black polyester Blue Lives Murder face mask, t-shirt, and hoodies featuring the cop-hating slogan as well as the message Blue Lives Matter aren't real. The DEA has called for Amazon to immediately remove the items with Blue Lives Murder slogan because it phrases only purpose is to invite further division, hatred, and violence toward the hardworking men and women of the nation's police departments. Amazon has yet to comment on this matter. Blue Lives Matter.
Blue Lives Matter or Blue Lives Kill?
Yeah.
Which one we going for?
I say Blue Lives Kill.
I'm going.
Go check my shares.
Yeah, go check your shares. Oh, and another thing to go for is Carnival too. The cruise lines are opening back up. Their first cruise is supposed to leave in August, and guess who's buying? People. Yes, they are, and they're using their credits from last year or the year like in 2020 when they couldn't go on their cruises and stuff. So they're taking their credits and applying it this year. So guess what that does? That also makes the stock go up. So guess what's going up? Carnival Cruise Line, Norwegian, and I can't think of the other one right now. But I'm in Carnival because Carnival is a turn up, baby. Let's
I should've
go.
got
Get
moved
this
and
money.
dropped on Friday. The White House remains uncertain regarding the gas prices across America because there is a worker shortage among fuel truck drivers. According to the American Automobile Association, the average gas price naturally is $3.04. That's the highest it's been in 7 years. A variety of factors are the reasons for increased gas prices or the easing of lockdown restrictions. In sports, at the NBA playoffs, Sixers center Joel Embiid is doubtful for tonight's game against the Wizards. Embiid injured his right knee in Game 4 in Washington. Philly will look to close out the series tonight at the Wells Fargo Center. What you think? Closing it out?
Yeah.
Even without Embiid?
Yeah.
Okay. The Brooklyn Nets advanced to the semifinals of the playoffs last night, defeating the Boston Celtics 123-109. They'll face the Milwaukee Bucks. How you feel?
Say it again.
How you feel? They going
Bucks
against
against
the Nets.
Brooklyn Nets. My son wanted to go to that game today. I'm gonna ride with the Nets.
You gonna ride with the Nets? Yeah. Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns took a 3-2 series lead as they defeated the Lakers 115-85.
I would love to see the Suns pull all the way through.
Phoenix leads the series 3 games to 2.
I would love to see the Suns come all the way through.
Well, they should. They're the 2 seed, and the Lakers are the 7 seed.
Yeah, but the Lakers also have Brian Bryant, and they have a tendency
He's tired.
of cheating for him.
He's fucking tired.
No, he's a whiner.
He's tired. He's tired. He's tired.
Punk ass nigga.
Anyway, in the game of the night, it took 2 overtimes for Denver to get past the Portland Trail Blazers. The score was 147-140. Dame Lillard had 55 points and 10 assists for the Blazers in a losing effort. Denver has a 3-2 series lead there. How you feel about that? Portland, Denver?
I don't know. I like to see them to go to 7. I like to see them work it out in 7.
Yeah. All right. He's a poor sport. He's
a very poor sport.
He's not a poor sport. He's just used to winning.
No, he's not used to winning. He whines through the whole game, and then they eventually allow him to win. He's a very poor sport. He's the Tom
Sounds
Brady.
like most people that have won
He's
most
the
of their
Tom
life.
Brady of basketball.
They complain the most. You know, the winners are always the worst
Complainers.
Right.
So,
I ain't never lost before. This is bullshit.
so Carnival stocks right now are at $31.18 a share. So you can buy 5 shares, and you can be in there too. Weed stock is going up too. Sorry. I'm just saying.
There's a dispensary in the city, and I didn't know it. And I
Right.
got to get down there, and I'm going to go down there and see if they want
There's
to
2
advertise.
dispensaries
They want to
as far as-
advertise with the stations.
As far as I know, there's 2 dispensaries. I could be
I ain't
wrong.
smoking no weed, though.
But weed dispensaries right now, the weed dispensary is at $9.76 a share.
Wow.
But they're worth $1.80 billion.
Wow.
Yes. So I'm just saying, I didn't know anything about stocks. I didn't know anything about investments and things like that. I knew nothing about any of this stuff. I just heard when we were here and they told us to invest in Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I would say if you do have Bitcoin, don't get out yet because something is about to happen with them. Dogecoin is worth less than $1. You can get into them and you can make a turnaround with them really, really, really quick. That's crazy. You can get into them, make the turnaround, and then leave because so many people are investing because it's less than $1. Boeing is coming up as well. Boeing shares are $256 a share. However, Boeing has a new line of airplanes that's about to come out, and guess what's opening up? The airports are opening up to maximum capacity, and people are starting to travel and things like that. All I'm saying is my advice to you is don't do what I did when I was younger and not invest, because I could have probably been a millionaire a long time ago, because when Microsoft and stuff first came out, they honestly offered it to you at your jobs. They were telling you, hey, just take $10 from your job and put it into this and all that other stuff. I remember my grandparents, they invested in Bell Atlantic, and they had paper stocks then. Yes, I don't know how to say that word, but yes, keep your eyes on that too. Look, I'm like, I don't know how to say that word, but yes, keep your eyes on that too. I am not a stockbroker. I am not an investment specialist. I am actually playing. Robinhood is a good place to go. You can do it for free on Cash App, or you can find you a broker that will advise you. However, brokers cost the money and it costs you more money, so you can constantly do it yourself. But all I'm saying is I haven't made a bad investment yet, except for with Apple. So when Apple did their 3-for-1 shares, I went in with them, and they do nothing unless they come out with a new device. And that is my opinion on them. But, hey man, listen. Y'all seen AMC? Did y'all see AMC? I told you. I said it.
Keep your eyes on Ethereum. All these things, man, I ain't got time for that shit.
You gotta have.
I don't have time for that shit.
Listen.
I don't have no money.
AMC shares is $49.04.
I don't have no money.
Oh wait, Dante, it went up. It's $48.84. Oh no, it's going down.
It's going down.
It went, but it's good right now. I brought it when it's $5.
Right. Well, then cash out now.
I'm not cashing out.
Okay.
The summer is still it still hasn't arrived yet. People
Summer
are
don't
going
mean
to the
anything.
movies. AMC is worth $21.98 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Give me some of that.
No.
Let me see his stomach.
Let me see your stomach. Well, that'll do it for the news. And on Friday, we're going to discuss. What are we discussing on Friday?
On Friday.
Yeah, we're going to be discussing.
What did I say?
If we're not married, it's my child, and I don't have to give my child I carried for 9 months the last name of a man who ain't my husband. He's just a father, and there's no ties to him. Even if we're married, I don't need to give my kids my husband's last name. It's 2021.
Yep, she's stupid. Let's go. We can talk about that on Friday.
Damn.
Because so you know, in Islamic communities, whether you're a man or a woman, in order for them to know who your parents are, you carry your father's middle. You carry your father's name as your middle name. So if your father's name is Muhammad, my name will be Nafati Muhammad Williams. In Egypt and Iran, Iraq, so they know who you are. Who
To carry
you
on,
belong to.
but the women now in America,
Uh-huh.
2021, are stronger, and they feel as though their name should supersede, right? Because they have their father's name. Why does my name get put to the back while your name is put to the front? You're just the father. She said it right there. You're just the father. I carried this child for 9 months.
Okay. Well, you know.
I am the nurturer of this child.
We're gonna talk about it on Friday, cause I have to disagree. I wish my before Christ kids have my last name. My after Christ kids have their father's last name, which was also my husband. So we shared the same last name.
Right.
But the whole time, I believe that in order for you to progress in life, I think your name means a lot.
Name means a hell of a lot.
So you come from a single family home, you carry your mother's last name. People look at stuff like that. You don't know how people judge you over
Your
just
last
your
name.
name alone.
Right.
So,
That's how it goes.
well, I think when I get married, I'm going to insist that he takes my last name anyway.
This girl is crazy.
Oh God! Oh, also, if you have Bitcoin, do you know that you can transfer it to people on Cash App?
I believe if he's the husband, he gets the husband's name. A boyfriend, nah. Well, he's the father.
I
He's not a
believe if
boyfriend.
I think the
He's not
father.
the boyfriend of the child. He's the father.
I think that
of the
if
child.
you are 100% sure, it should be the father's last name.
Absolutely.
I just think that. I don't think that as the mom and
There are
don't
so
get me-
many
now-
women,
now,
so many
but
women that
this
don't
is
want to have
why
a different last name than their child.
No. That's
Right.
not why.
Yeah,
not
that's why.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because they got different daddies. They don't want all them kids to be running
Have
around here
different-
with
different
here you
last
go.
names, right.
Here you go with a
Right.
classroom.
Right.
I would have been like, no, all my before Christ kids all have my last name, because could you imagine me with a classroom? Hey, Najiante Clark. Rajon Allen. No. Hey, Najiante Williams, Rajon Williams, and so on and so forth. But I honestly gave my son, I gave Bubba my last name to carry on my last name. So now his children are Williams.
Right.
So I gave him, I didn't do it because I felt like it was going to be a classroom. Rajon has my last name because he's a male. So when he marries, she will become a Williams. His children are Williams. So that's why my son had my last
So
name.
you're selfish.
I was, very. So what? What does that mean? I remember.
That's exactly it. Different daddies produce different last names.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was the that was the decision we made to keep these kids. However, like all my after Christ kids, after I was saved, they all got the same last name. I'm just saying. They got the same last name, and they walk around here with the same last name. And they identify from their father's side of the family. But their attitudes is definitely from my side of the family, honey.
This girl is crazy.
And they are.
CMPRadio.net, man. This is the morning meeting. We go live from 10 to 12, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We bring you our views on a lot of different topics. As you can see, we tend to disagree. But at the end of the day, we agree that we need to change, right? We need to come together, right? All the businesses in the area need to stand together, need to unify. All the clothing brands, man. Think about a store where you only have to give up $150 for rent. If you get 10 people, right, that's a $1,500 building. Like, you can have 10 clothing situations in the store. That's enough space where you're only giving up $150 a month. So that just increases your profit, right? We have to think of places like this, right? Because Macy's doesn't sell anything that has Macy's name on it. They got Polo, they got Tommy, they got Nautica, they got Nike, they got Adidas, they got Fila, they got Champion, they got
everybody.
They got everybody, right? Every type of perfume, everything. And they're selling this stuff. And until we come together, right, we'll continue to have the same situation continuing to happen to us. So let's bring everything together, right? It's CMPRadio.net. I don't like being called Miss Turner when I'm Mrs. Cooper. Oh shit.
But you married. So.
Well, she don't like that. She don't like the last name. Well, we're out of here, man. I want y'all to be safe right now. Playing CRMC, man. Any more friends off their Mafiana vibes? We opened up the CRMC this morning.
My dad is on this video.
Right. It's not a video. It's just a song.
It's a video.
It's just a song.
Is this Lose Any More Friends?
It's Any More Friends.
Go ahead. My dad is
on the video. This ain't a video. It's just a song.
My dad, he's on his song too.
He's on the song.
Anymore. I don't wanna lose any more friends. More friends. Might sound selfish, how the fuck you leave your boys here? And I never question God, but just tell me why he. So many people around me got a D.I.E. She woke me up, she told me I screamed in my sleep. Don't need no company, girl, I just need my weed right now. Right now. I start to think on how we used to move. That's when I think about reunion tours. We used to pick our spot to sleep. You used to kiss my mama cheek, yeah. It's certain shit you can't repeat, yeah. It make you wish this shit was different, right? Yeah, this shit different when the legends die. This shit feel different when the legends die. Gotta let them weapons cry, cause I can't do it. My son, I know he counting on me. No, I can't lose, I put my all into this thing of ours. If I don't make it, I can't blame nobody. I got this gun, but I'm a man without it. Craig voice, one bad choice, I'll go from bad boy to fair boy. Would've graduated this year if you was here, boy. Grab the eighth, cause I can't sleep, I hear my man's voice. No, I can't sleep, I hear my man's voice. No, I can't sleep. No, I can't sleep, I hear my man.
I don't wanna lose any more friends, any more friends, anymore. I don't wanna lose any more friends, more friends, more friends. Blood keep falling, I know, praying on my downfall. They don't understand what I'm feeling, I cry inside. Sometimes I feel I might die tonight. Sessions with my niggas, we get drunk and high. Cause someone in this circle we might lose tonight. And if I die tonight, just know a hater did it. Want every hood that let me blitz on these niggas. Legends die, but live forever, yeah, I meant it. I pray, ask God to just forgive me when I'm sinning. Cause I don't wanna lose lose any more friends. No, 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 no. Lose no more friends, no more graveyards, no more bust down chains with your face on it, no more street walls. The streets enemies ain't got no patience. I pray on my knees like, can you save them?